26.
It's the Vault Studio NFL Podcast. And now it's on. It's the Vault Studio NFL Podcast. Get ready! It's the Vault Studio NFL Podcast.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Vault Studio NFL Podcast. We are back, baby.
There it is.
Happy New Year.
Look, everyone, this is what everyone's been waiting for.
We are back. Is that Alan? Does Alan say that?
Yeah, we should have got that as a drop.
It's such a good drop. Welcome back, everyone. The new year is here. We've had a couple of weeks off. We're feeling refreshed. I am JA, and I am joined by a couple of legends. I've got Big Georgie K. We've missed the muscles.
Have you?
We've missed the shine off the head, off the
Ladies.
shaved head.
Ladies,
Not by necessity. He just likes doing it.
It's about the
And-
results and not how we got there.
the methodology is irrelevant.
Also, Scotty Too Hottie on the right side of the couch.
Oh yeah.
Welcome back. It's, you know what, guys? I'm gonna be vulnerable for a moment here. I fucking missed you, boys.
I didn't think
missed
about
the-
you once, actually.
Yes, you did every day. I missed the podcast. I missed the boys.
I'll tell you what, I am, after 2 weeks, sick of my family. Absolutely sick of my family. I cannot wait for the season to start, and I am grinding.
And he just volunteered that so easily.
Batman couldn't beat
Yeah, I
that.
was going to say, Batman couldn't beat information out of you. Batman would willingly get information out of me. No worries.
He'd be like, here you go. Here's my entire manifesto.
That's cute thinking Scotty could write a manifesto.
Hey, cool. He's going to use ChatGPT. We spoke about it earlier.
Yeah, as long as it's got spell check, people will know where I'm going.
Make sure if you're a fan of the show, follow us on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok.
Of course they're fans. Everyone's a fan of the show. We're lighting it up.
And if you haven't, obviously we haven't been together as a group, but in the past couple of weeks, I've done a podcast with the boys from Outback to End Zone. Absolute ripper, absolute legends, those guys, about their story. You should definitely listen to that podcast because their story from to getting to a Super Bowl and watching the Super Bowl, going to Radio Row, being in
pretty
Santa
cool.
Clara, it's unreal. It's one of those stories where you're like, surely this didn't happen. And the way I hadn't heard it told to me, obviously, by them, but hearing them tell me firsthand how it all went and compared to my perception of the social media journey, it was really cool. So make sure you tune to them. And also our man, Seahawks Sam.
NFL fan of the year.
He's
International fan of the year.
He's the
He's in the
Seattle
running.
Seahawks International Fan of the Year.
Love it.
Yeah.
And he's in the running. He's going to the draft in a few weeks. He gets to call out a draft pick, and then he has a
Oh, no
chance
way.
to win. Yeah.
Oh, that's
the-
rad as
so
fuck, dude.
every team gives one, and then they all do a pick at the draft, and then they announce the International Fan of the Year,
At the draft.
the number one guy
Yeah.
at the draft, which is really cool.
That's so cool, man.
yeah.
Shout out Seahawks Sam.
And
Hopefully
if you're
our
not-
boy Sam gets
And
it.
if you're not following them, give them a follow. Share the love.
Yeah,
So,
the absolute legends. And, we're going to do some more stuff with Seahawks Sam and with Outback to End Zone. We've got some cool stuff coming up.
Yeah,
So
follow them and follow us.
if you're
absolutely.
not following us, I swear to God, me and George are going to beat the fuck out of you.
No.
And I'm going to set up my chair and watch.
We don't need T-Rex arms over here. I'll take care of it myself. All right.
Yeah, well, someone's got to give you the moral support because I'm sitting in the chair
You might-
smoking a cigarette.
You might. It might come down to leg combat, all right? You might need me.
I'm
There it is.
I'm just happy to be here.
You are happy to be here. That's great. So just a bit of a recap. Follow Outback to End Zone. Follow Seahawks Sam. Follow us on all our social medias. Scotty hates his family. George is happy to be here. And I miss the boys.
Shout out. Let's do it.
That's it.
I was about to say hate's a strong word, but accurate.
No, let's go with it.
And also our friends at the Sporting Globe, Churnside Park.
Oh, yeah. We forgot about them.
We had an unreal day on the Super Bowl.
It was great.
It was such a good day. And their sponsorship continues. So
Yes.
make sure you download the app, changing your account information to the Vault Studio as your sponsorship. Get in there, buy a meal. Footy seasons, AFL season starting this week. So I know a lot of people will be heading into the Sporting Globe
Very
a
true.
lot. So please do us a favor because the more that goes for us, the more we can do for the podcast, the more we can do for the studio. We've got some big plans coming. Again, like I know last off-season was huge for us as well. And last season was huge for us in terms of growth. But there's more to come. We're not resting on our
We're rocking
laurels.
and rolling. Don't worry about that. Shout out to Shout out to Dave and shout out to Eloise.
Yeah, no, they're awesome. And the Super Bowl day was so fun. What
It was
a day.
great. It was a great.
Especially
day.
for Scotty. He had a great day. We also now have, I can't turn the camera, we have a second cutout in the studio of Sam Darnold.
We'll get a photo of Scotty with the cutout and we'll put that as a
Oh,
thumbnail.
I've got my Sam Darnold t-shirt. I'm going to look like an absolute nuffy.
You should be
You
enough,
are
but
one.
your team just won the Super Bowl. If there's any time where you can be the biggest nuffy in the world,
That's pretty fair.
it's now. George told us that last year.
That's
George
pretty fair.
George rode those coattails for so
Hey,
fucking long.
you've got to a first game. That's
I
the rules.
can I retract it? Can I just? It's done.
No, you got to a first game.
And-
You don't have to use it,
and
but
Timmy-
you've got it.
And hang on a minute, just to go back one step. All right.
Here we go. You've
I
got
thought
it.
I was pretty measured, considering
No, you.
considering the beatdown and considering how we ended the Chiefs dynasty. I think I was pretty measured.
The Nam flashback I am copying from you just going through it again.
Your description of measured might be different than anyone else's.
No. Like
When we were
I say
doing our
measured, I
team-
mean measured for a Philly fan.
Oh, okay. Well, everything's relative, I guess,
Yeah,
isn't
that's
it?
what I'm saying. Like it's a scale.
I
Come on.
remember we're doing team breakdowns and you're like, I don't know, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers who lost to the Commanders, who lost to the eventual NFL champion Eagles. And I'm like,
That's
you did. No, you
that's
did.
a bit much. Hey, also 40-6. Never forget. Let's go.
I'm just happy to be here.
Yeah, so you should be.
All right. So the plan tonight is obviously free agency starts. It's next Wednesday's free agency. It's the 12th. Keep in mind there's the tampering period a couple of days
Yeah.
before. just
No, can we
start
go-
free agency
Can we
early.
go through the history of this? So there was like a free agency hard start, and then 2 days before, like all these rumors, it's like, hey, it's rumored this team's going to offer this contract for this player, and then 1 minute into free agency, there was about 8 contracts signed.
Yeah, they drop.
So
yeah.
then they're like, oh, well, we don't want the information coming out too early, and it is spoil free agency. So we've got a legal tampering period
yeah,
where all the contracts in theory can be agreed upon, and then the free agency starts.
Do you know why they did that though? Because when the original rules for friendship was created, there was no mobiles, there was no messaging,
yeah.
there was no emailing. It was you had
Facts.
to
It's facts.
get in a
Facts.
room together, right? And then you fax the contract over, so they could control it because it was on this day you're allowed to fly to Cleveland and start negotiating with that guy. Now they can't. Now there's. Can you imagine the messages going back and forth between agents and players and owners and GMs and stuff right now? Like,
So they reckon at the combine that 80% of all the free agency moves are set in stone at that point.
except for Aaron Glenn, who was sleeping.
That the one dude that has all the draft picks and has the shittest team and kept his job. I know blokes that are worse at their jobs and lost them.
Is
Better at their job and lost their job.
like
Jonathan Gannon, to
Was that-
name one.
yeah, very.
Well, I
true.
don't know him. I'm talking about people I know that are
Like,
terrible at their fucking
personally.
job.
Oh wow. Okay, cool. How
The dude doesn't even know clock management.
how do you, as a head coach, just as a little side note here, how do you, as a head coach of an NFL franchise,
Correct. He is.
be at the combine?
And the NFL franchise, it's a loose term when we talk about
Hey,
the
whoa,
Jets.
hang on a minute. If they hit the open market tomorrow, they're going for 10 billion. So let's not play games here.
Correct,
We're
they
talking
are.
about
They are.
a serious fucking organization with tens of billions.
No,
of
we're
dollars.
not talking about a serious organization at all.
No, but like from a monetary
Yeah,
stance, they are.
They are.
So how is he falling asleep?
Because like everyone else, the combine's shit and no one cares about it.
Oh,
I'm sorry. It is. The
James,
combine
James.
is one of the biggest waste of spaces going on.
Aaron Glenn is getting paid what? $5,
Oh, no.
$6, $7, $8 million. to
I'm
coach the
agreeing with
Jets?
you, but I'm looking from a different optic of he's just every other because I put the combine on for about 2 hours and I fell asleep.
Yeah, but if I'm getting
You know-
if I'm getting paid $8 million a year,
Correct.
I'm juicing up with
Act
enough
like
caffeine
you
and,
want to be there.
and Adderall. I'll be awake 24/7 for $8 million a year.
fuck, that'd be an unbearable experience.
Yeah, I know, but
Do you know what though? As I'm like, let's just say I agree with you, which I do. I would
After
sign
about
up for it
hour-
in a heartbeat.
after about hour 40 onwards, I enter like a flow state, bro.
Can you imagine George for 48 hours on every narcotic we could possibly give him to keep him going? Oh my days. It'd be unreal.
I mean, Pulp Fiction will just
Yeah,
be
would
like
be.
jabbing that bitch in
Yeah.
the chest.
The conversations we have in this room with zero narcotics
Stone
are
cold
enough.
sober.
Like, can you imagine it?
Stone cold
The
sober. I
paint,
come
the
out with
paint
some
actually
news.
fucking curls.
Yeah.
I would
The
actually, you know what?
Jalen Hurts figurine is like, oh
I would
Seen some
pay.
shit.
I would pay to be involved in that room.
Don't hold your
Outstanding.
breath.
Actually, while we briefly touched on the combine, can I throw a really hot take from the combine? What I think is going to happen in for the draft?
Lay it on me, big boy.
I
Lay it on me, chop
think
chop.
there's going to be three. I think there's going to be more safeties drafted than quarterbacks in the first round, and I think it's going to be 3 safeties drafted.
You're probably right because there's not many good quarterbacks in this.
There should be one quarterback in the first round. Mendoza.
Yeah, but I think there's going to be three safeties drafted in the first round.
Hey, like I haven't looked into it. I haven't gone full nuffy yet, which I will at some point. But yeah, you're probably right.
yeah,
The
absolutely.
quarterback class is not great this year.
No, but yeah, there'll probably be 2 because Ty Simpson will probably go late in the first. But I think there'll be 3
Downs is a really good football player too.
Downs. Yeah,
Yeah, I think he's going to do. And then
Top 5.
who was the line? Is it
Sonny Styles.
Sonny Styles. They're a guy. Don't get me wrong. The combine has a benefit for the player because you can, if you're already an elite talent that they view you as,
Yeah.
you can excel your talent by performing at the.
You can also
combine.
really drop your stock too.
Correct.
Well, now that they, I followed too many people that follow the combine. I was like getting into it.
On Facebook only, obviously.
Yeah,
It was last year's combine.
yeah, like yeah. Do you know this? Anyway,
Nick Evan, I've heard he's pretty good.
I was going to do it, and I was like, no, don't do it. No, they reckon that every position group was the fastest position
It
group
was.
ever,
Yeah.
and
it was.
it's because like obviously people are training better and people are training specifically for the combine, but a lot of people are they've got the highest amount of dropouts. And they've got and in addition to that, they've got the highest amount of people that select whatever drills they do.
Right.
So now, like, obviously in a vacuum, it's like, oh, it's the best combine we've ever had. But it's like, yeah, but you only had the 10 fastest guys. doing it.
I'll give you another hot take. If you participate in the combine, you should do everything.
100% agree.
I agree with
It
that.
should be either you're participating
Or you're not.
or you're not.
Or unless it's like an injury thing.
Injury,
That's
fine.
different. That's different.
But
Yeah.
that's a different story. Like
Yeah.
you can't bench press because you got a hurt pec or something. That's
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah.
But if you're in the combine, you're in the combine.
Yeah.
If you're not, you're not. You can't be like, I'm really fast, but I'm weak as piss, so I'm only going to run.
Well, what they don't do is like the 3-point cone drill and stuff like that. Everyone misses that. Like, it's like, oh, yeah, you run a 4-4 and you're a fucking D lineman, but like, can you change direction?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
can you flow down the line and then realize you've blown contain and can you get back out to your contain?
While we're on that sort of topic, what do you guys think of QBs not throwing at the combine and only throwing at their pro days?
I
Bulldogs.
actually don't have an issue with it.
Yeah.
Because they don't know the receiver. You got it. I get it because there's so much riding on, like the Tyler Shook throw from the combine, right? Everyone fucking slandered him for months.
Yep.
And then he's throwing to receivers he doesn't know he's throwing.
He threw 200 good throws at the combine and one disgusting one.
Yeah.
And that's the only thing they showed for 6 months.
Yeah,
Oh,
and
3
he's
months, whatever it is.
his one bad college throw that he fucking underarmed it. And
Yeah.
mind you, someone did that in the NFL and cost them the game in playoffs. So Stidham did the exact same thing.
He did actually. Yeah.
So anyway,
But
but
it did cost them the game. But you know what? New England didn't win in the end. Because you know what? I was right. Fuck all the New England fans. Fuck
No,
you. I was right.
But I don't mind.
right.
I don't mind it. I don't mind not throwing to receivers you don't know, to routes you don't really know how they're going to run it. I understand all that. The pro day, it's the guys you've been training with for the whole year.
Sure.
It's the 10 to 15 play calls that you know comfortably. You know all the throws. You know where they're going. You know the landmarks. Yada yada yada. So I don't have an issue with it.
Like 10 or 15 years ago, it was never a thing. Like all the top prospects would throw.
if you're doing the combine, you're doing the combine. If you're
Yeah.
not, you're not.
That's,
That's,
kind
fine.
of where I'm at with
Sit
it.
it
That's what
out.
I'm
Do the
saying.
pro day. Don't be at the combine. But they do the meetings. It's like they meet with the teams
Yeah.
there and all that sort of stuff as well. So if you're not participating, like, can you go and do it? It's a fine line.
it's a
right?
grey area.
Yeah.
But
And-
my point is, it never used to be like this. It was
No,
like
everyone
everyone
did
that
it.
was there was all in. It was like
was your
balls the
chance to
wall for
showcase.
everything. Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree. But
Anyway.
like I said, it's like Sonny Styles was unreal. I can't remember who the tight end was from, but
Oh, the Oregon tight end.
like unreal
freak of nature.
numbers.
The thing with Sonny Styles is his film looks better than his combine numbers. You look at his combine numbers and you're like, I think I saw a comp. It was like Calvin Johnson.
Yes, it was.
Like that's his comp
Yeah.
as a linebacker.
which just shows you the
safety.
level. Like Calvin Johnson was drafted almost.
What, 12 years ago?
I think it's
Nah, more.
I think it's
15.
almost 15 years ago
Yeah.
now. So Like you got to remember that's how far the NFL's come in 15 years. Like the athletes, as we've said many times before, guys that used to be a safety and now like nickel linebackers and only nickel.
And that's why I
linebackers.
think there's going to be safeties because that nickel position is now identified in the NFL as like one of the most crucial positions.
Yeah, because like now nickel is your base defense, right? So
If you're good at it,
you need a third corner that can play nickel, also play the run, also blitz.
Yeah.
That's what the best defenses do, right? You know, guys like Cooper DeJean, Nick Emanwari's the latest one, but there's plenty of them. around the league.
Linebackers that like can properly
Petrie
pass cover now.
from the Texans.
Petrie's a very good.
Yeah.
Unlucky not being all pro. Like there's that's what defenses are now. The modern defense is we got to nail that guy and then we'll build everything else around it because that's
Baltimore.
the hardest guy to find.
Hamilton.
Yeah.
So it's pretty cool. I'm not a big combine guy, so we're not going to touch on the combine too much more. what we are going to do is touch on free agency.
News.
And we'll start with some news, absolutely. Let's start with Drew Dalman retires from the Bears, ex-Falcons, got the big contract last year.
Yeah, this was a bit of a curly one. It's kind of came out of nowhere, this one.
Definitely did. Yeah.
Because he's pretty young still. He's only like 27 or 28. Like he's
Yeah,
he's only
27.
just entering his prime now. And, you know, he had a really good year
Very good year.
at the
So
Bears.
2 very good years in a row.
Yeah.
One got him all the money, and then his performance after being signed. Like it's very easy for a player when you get all the big money from your first contract to just go, I've got it.
That's
now,
what I was going to
whatever."
say. Like it was a really good signing, and he really played up to the contract. If anything, I think he slightly outperformed the contract. To
Fair.
be perfectly honest.
Yep.
Yeah. This. I mean, you touched on it earlier pre-show, talking about how his father played in the NFL and kind of saw the wear and tear and the damage and you know perhaps the cognitive decline from playing, and he kind of maybe thought, hey, my old man's brain is turning into mashed potato. Maybe I don't want
That was
for myself.
I heard that theory, and it's sort of like I was like, oh, that's the perfect. Like, there's no other reason for me other than that.
There's plenty of guys that done it. Like I remember the one that sticks with my mind always was Chris Ballin, the linebacker for the
49ers. Yep.
So he was
Patrick
kind of
Willis
just after. Well, Willis
before
tried
him?
early, but he
Yeah.
still played 8 years.
Yeah.
But Ballin played 3 years and was
yeah,
going
yeah.
into his big payday and was
Yeah.
playing really well. In fairness, he was a medical grad. He was a very smart guy.
Yeah.
But
And Dolman came from Stanford, so he's no slouch.
no, I think that the
That's
bottom line
true.
is
you got to be smart to go to Stanford. Yeah.
I feel like maybe for Dolman, and I don't want to like perceive his idea on it, but what I'm taking from it is that he's like, I've made a lot of money now. I'm now financially pretty stable forever if I do the right thing and be smart by it. And he's a smart guy. I don't need to do this anymore. And I don't want my brain, I want my kids to know me as me. And I just want to be, I'm very comfortable walking away now with what I've earned after I think it's only 5 years in the NFL because he's off his rookie
6.
deal.
Yeah.
So maybe, going into his 6th year, he's like, I'm
Yeah.
cool to bank all this money I've made and off I go into the sunset and onto my next life and I'll be fine. I'm not, football's not my only avenue to success. So I'm okay to do that.
Or
Yeah.
maybe he's like, he could have a young family. I don't know. But like, maybe he's just like, you know, flying in and out every second week, training camp for 3 weeks and being away from your family. Maybe he just goes, no, I'd rather just be a dad. Like,
Yeah. And I mean,
maybe I'd rather just do
And
that.
I'm rich as
That's what I
fuck.
was
yeah,
gonna
I
say.
don't
That's
need to work.
That's an easy decision to make when you got like $30 million in the bank.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You're right. Like if you invest that money properly, like his kids won't have to work. So
Correct.
Hey, like power to him. Football's hard. It hurts. Like and football is it's the number one sport where if you're not in it 100% balls to the wall, you just got to get out.
Yeah.
So-
And I respect him for not being, he could just half-ass it
phone it in. Yeah.
and just turn up and do the bare minimum.
Probably get
and-
another 2 years.
Yeah, at least another year. Then they cut him and he gets a bit of his money still anyway. At least he's just like, you know what? I'm not in it anymore. It's all
Yeah.
good.
Yep.
Now, if he stays retired, it's a big story. Apparently, from reports
Derek
where
Carr.
Ben Johnson had a long meeting with him to try and convince him,
To stay.
and he was just adamant. He's like, "No, I'm done, man."
Yeah. Fair.
Well, he might be
Like, you can't do nothing but respect that.
Yeah.
You can, as people
It's not
who
as a
wish
bad
we were
fan,
NFL
though.
players. We all wish for NFL players. I imagine everyone that listens to this podcast would be like, being an NFL player would be unreal. But the reality of it was when you are one and you've made all this money, maybe the juice isn't worth the squeeze anymore for him.
Yeah. Like I said, it's hard. It hurts. You know.
Yeah, actually, and good point on Derek Carr. Apparently,
he's trying to come back.
Apparently returning
Yeah.
Derek Carr. Interesting.
That's an interesting wrinkle, especially with free agency. coming
How
up
many
as well.
teams could he start for? I reckon 5 or 6.
Or maybe more, probably 10.
Because he wants to play for a contender. That's the problem. And most contenders are contenders because they have a quarterback.
Yeah.
But if I'm Atlanta, I'm like, hey, Derek, we got a guy coming off a knee injury. Come and
Yeah.
play. I don't know. I'm
Atlanta, the Vikings.
You got to
QB.
get that perfect team that's a quarter, like maybe Pittsburgh, that like
yeah.
trying to push for a playoff spot, but they don't have the quarterback position sewn up.
Vikings would have him. Arizona would have him.
Yeah, but he doesn't fit their timeline. Their Vikings have who they believe is the guy.
Who?
Eh.
McCarthy?
Well, I'm not saying I believe. I said they believe.
Well, I don't think they
we'll
believe.
talk French in a minute. They,
Yeah.
I don't think they believe at
definitely
all.
don't believe.
Yeah.
Let's talk. There was a trade. The Texans traded for David Montgomery
It was two
from
trades,
the
actually.
Lions. Yeah, and then they also traded away their starting right tackle to the Browns.
Oh, the center. Oh, yep. They did.
I said it before now. I've forgotten his name.
Cut.
It'll come back to me. But they traded for Montgomery. That was kind of the big thing.
I like this trade.
I like it too. I think they gave. So apparently the deal on the table was for a 5th round pick only. And then the Denver Broncos entered the chat and went, hey, we'll give you this for it. And then the Texans had to up the ante, gave their center and I think a 4th round pick and a 7th round pick for Montgomery, which it feels a bit much. I like Montgomery. I think he just wants to play. He wants to be on a team where he can play more.
Play like starter.
And let's be honest, the Lions are fully into Jameer Gibbs, and that's the move next year. And
as they should be.
Yeah. I think that Montgomery definitely needs that running mate. I don't think he can handle all the touches. He's shown at the Bears that he couldn't do that. So it'd be good to see how Woody Marks can.
I think pairing
play
Woody
that
Marks
role.
is nice. I think that's a good little
Because
tandem.
Woody Marks' weakness would be running through the tackles. He's quite explosive. He's a little bit lighter of a guy, a little bit more elusive. So they're trying to recreate that Lions backfield. But there was also the other trade as well, where it was Jets and Titans.
The D tackle. Yeah, it was
so Tyler
Sweat.
got Jermaine Johnson, who was
Who's
a
a good
former
edge
first round
rusher.
pick.
Good edge rusher.
Injured 2 years ago off an Achilles, came back last year. Achilles, like we say, is probably the year after the year is when you come back. So
you need to be a year removed.
Yeah. So potential big year for him.
And they gave up Devondre Sweat.
Trevontae Sweat,
who's a good player.
Yeah, just didn't fit the scheme, which I think that you've seen enough with the really good defenses. Maybe not the Texans, but they have those really good run stuffing DTs. I probably wouldn't have given away Trevondre Sweat, but what do I know?
In fairness, like Jermaine Johnson's also, he got his payday last year as well, so he is under contract.
I think he's coming up to it, isn't he?
Oh, is he? Was it the other guy
I
that
think
got
he's-
the other end
he's-
that got the contract?
Yeah, it was.
I could be wrong.
Huff.
Huff, yeah, he got the contract from the Jets the year before from the Niners, and then ended up at the Eagles this year.
Yeah.
No, last year.
Sorry, last year.
Oh,
then
yeah.
with
They've
Niners
got
this
the
year.
other young guy.
I can't remember his name now. It's something the third.
Yeah, it is the third. You're
Yeah.
100% right. He blocked a punt for a touchdown.
Yeah. So I think they maybe. I think. Look, let's be honest. The Jets are selling house,
As they should be.
and if you can
Their
get a
fucking coach can't even stay awake, for God's sake.
yeah. So, but I like getting the Titans getting an edge rusher. They're one of
They
the
need
hardest positions to find.
Yeah, they need it.
So they've added a solid guy that's a proven good edge rusher in the
Titans
NFL.
are slowly but surely
I like them.
trying to turn themselves into a proper organization.
They're
And I'm here for
so
it.
far away from
They
it.
are.
I agree.
But what I'm saying is that they're right off in the distance, but you can see that they're like, at least it's heading in the right direction. They're not like sinking.
Yeah,
They're not
true.
sinking anymore.
Do you know what
Yeah.
would have been better for them is to not fire Vrabel because
Yeah,
you didn't
all right.
like his demeanor.
Yeah, all right, fine. But
Yeah,
that's
it
what
was
But
the-
they
it was
did,
the
and now
end.
they're trying to fix it.
they're trying to. At least they're trying.
Yes,
they're doing
true.
something, and that's good. Like they got Salah in, they got Dayball in, they got Morris.
right.
They're doing some good.
We got some tags.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yep. All right. So the tags. So franchise tags. George Pickens from the Cowboys have been officially franchise tagged. In
34 mil, was it?
Yeah, I think it's a bit less. But
32 or something.
important note on this is he has already said he won't come to camp under the tag. He will play on. He wants to play on a long-term contract,
Oh, he shouldn't. He shouldn't.
and I think that'll get done. I don't see any world where it doesn't get done.
Yeah, the tag's just hey, we're working
You're
with
not-
no one else can touch her.
Yeah, we're tagging you. You aren't going anywhere. Simple as that.
This
So
should have
I think
been
he'll get a
done-
long-term
It still
deal.
should have been done fucking 5 months ago.
You know what the hindsight of this is? I remember when the Cowboys traded for him, And I was in two minds whether do you take the punt now and just sign him for 22, 24 million a year for 5 years or 4 years and just lock it down now?
Maybe he didn't want it.
Potentially, or do you let him play it out? It hurts him. He has said he's looking for a contract in the $30 million range. So he doesn't want 40, he doesn't want 35. He's happy in the $30 million range. So I think they'll get a deal done. Cowboys just cleared a bunch of cap by restructuring CD Lamb, Dak Prescott.
Martin?
No, Zach Martin's retired.
Why
did you bring that up? Now I'm going to cry.
No, it was O-lineman as well, I think.
Yeah, I think it might have been Trey Smith, the left guard.
sure.
I think it was Trey Smith. They cleared which again, back to my original claim of the salary cap's a myth. They cleared like 68 million. Plus the cap's gone up 31 million this year. It's over 300 million. So that deal will get done. Pickens will be on that team next year. I have no doubt about it. And I like the fact that the Cowboys were just like, we're tagging you. You're not going anywhere.
Yeah.
The doubt's done. If anyone wants you, they can trade for you. And they have to give us a pretty sweet deal. Otherwise, we're pretty happy to pay you and keep you.
I will be absolutely flabbergasted if he does not have a star on his helmet next year.
I think so too. And he's very close with Dak and CD Lamb.
Yep.
He, from all reports, he's a great team guy. The organization love him. He's done everything right. So I can't see any reason.
Dude, I would have signed him week 6.
Yeah.
I reckon his agent probably said, no, we'll ride this one out.
Yeah, that's very fair. Very fair.
Yeah.
The next one was Breece Hall from the Jets. Rumors have it that Breece Hall destroyed his entire house after finding out he was tagged.
Yeah.
I don't blame him for bastard.
And by rumors, I mean just me saying this now. There is no concrete evidence behind that.
Usually when someone gets tagged, it's usually like, yeah, I'm happy to work things out. He's like, yeah, no, I'm happy to better myself, and I am definitely not fucking coming back next year. Is the summary of what he said on Twitter.
Yes, correct. So it's going to be interesting.
The Jets are the definition of a sinking ship.
I actually cannot, like mild hot take, milk warm hot take here.
Yuck.
They trade him.
Nah, I don't think so.
I think they're keeping him for
trading. Who's unless you trade him in early in the off season where you can work out a deal.
That's what I think's going to happen. I think
you have to trade. Yeah, you have to trade him. Have the deal in concrete that he agrees to that deal, and then the other team agrees to the trade package. There's a lot of moving parts in that.
A contender that would like to have him in their backfield.
Kansas City.
Yeah, the Chiefs should be right into it.
All right, I'm the Chiefs right now.
I think the Chiefs are well and truly over the cap.
I'm calling you boys up and going, give you a 3rd round pick for Breece Hall right now. Jets are in full rebuild. Are they taking a 3rd rounder for him?
I don't know if they give up a 3rd rounder. Will you play hardball and go, well, he's going to leave after next year. Do you want a 4th rounder or a 5th rounder?
But I'm telling you, the offers, I'm giving you a 3rd round pick for him. The Chiefs right now are like, we think he is the recipe to help our offense. I'm giving you a 3rd round pick. The Jets
you got to think, what's that going to be come draft? That's going to be in the what?
90s,
70s or 80s?
It's still it'll be under 100. Which is the value picks, right? Under 100 of the big value.
Yeah.
I think the Jets. I think that's why the Jets.
We're talking about the Jets. It doesn't matter where they fucking pick.
Correct. So what we've
picks
seen
for
is
them.
the way they're just throwing guys to the side to get picks for them.
Yeah.
I truly think I don't think Breece Hall will be on the Jets next year.
No, I don't think so either. I think
And maybe it's not a 3rd round pick, but there will be a contending team that's like.
And behind closed doors, his agent is working overtime to get him out of there. There's no doubt about it. He
He's
doesn't want to be
calling every team in the NFL, all 31, going, "What will you give the Jets to free my boy?"
Yeah.
he's even the agent's even calling the Jets like, "Hey, get us the fuck out of here."
For what it's worth, I like Breece Hall. I think he's a good player, and I think on a good team,
I think he's very hot and cold.
But I think on a good team, he can play. He could be a really, really important piece.
I saw it today because I was shocked by this. He had 1,400, I don't know exactly, but 1,400 yards from scrimmage last year.
Yeah.
On the worst team in the NFL.
Yeah.
Ball's
So
going to go to someone.
He's valuable. There's value there. I think he'll get out. I hope he gets out. I want him playing for the Chiefs. It'd be just good to see him playing on a good team. You know, it'd be fun.
Yeah, Chiefs should be right into him. They're nuts if they don't.
I agree. The next guy, Kyle Pitts, franchise tag by the Atlanta Falcons. I actually love this move by them because if let's look at Kyle Pitts holistically over the last 5 seasons. He's had 2,000-yard seasons. One was his first year, and then this year. He was an All-Pro this year. Was he an All-Pro in my mind? Probably not.
No,
but he was.
so.
The fact that you get the votes, you've got to be doing something right?
In the conversation.
Yeah, and he had 1,000 yards as a tight end, which is it's hard to do. So they're basically saying we're not willing to let go of you yet, but we're also not willing to commit to you long term.
Sure.
We're in a bit of a transition period as a team. We still have some good players. We feel like if a couple of things go our way, we could still be good. And we want you to be a part of that. And if we bring in a quarterback, which all the rumors are they're trying to bring in a quarterback, we think that you can be a really good player for us. So I actually really like this move from them. They know they've got him. He's, from all reports, he's not upset by it. He's happy to play on the tag and play for a year. In his mind, he's saying, hey, I'll put up another 1,000-yard season. I'm getting big bucks next year.
That's true.
It's going to be massive. And then please don't forget that the franchise tag is a very lucrative deal. It's the average of the top five positions in the NFL. So you're getting paid extremely
What would that
well.
be? What is that for Pitts?
I think he's at like 13 or 14
Yeah.
million or something.
Yeah.
Not too shabby.
It's a really good contract.
Yeah.
So
Hang on.
and it's fully
guaranteed.
guaranteed.
Yeah.
So I think for Kyle Pitts, I think it's great for Kyle Pitts. I think it's great for Atlanta. I want them to kind of. I think that's a really good move.
I don't hate them trying to keep as much talent in the building as possible, considering the question marks that they've got on the at the quarterback position.
So if you look at the average 5, 19, 19.
16.3.
Yeah. So you look, 16.3 million.
16.3 million. I'm out on Pitts. I'm out on him.
How dare you? Right in front of me.
Yeah, I don't know. I think he's overrated. Concentration drops. He's not a possession receiver.
His upside's insane though.
So is Anthony Richardson. I can name 6 guys that have fantastic.
Is there anyone with more upside in the NFL than Kyle Pitts
Richardson,
right now?
Anthony Richardson, if you could see out of his eye.
He's got more upside than Kyle Pitts.
Yeah,
a guy
because-
who's had 2,000-yard seasons from time.
Yeah, because if everything works for Anthony Richardson, he's the best quarterback in the league.
Yeah, it's a long shot, but yeah, I agree. If everything works, if everything went his way, yeah, that's fair.
If he could read a defense and throw an accurate mid-range ball.
They're big ifs.
No, but that's no different than the concentration drop, the lapses from game to game.
That's like saying if I could fly, I'd be Superman. That's how ridiculous that is.
No, it's not.
You'd be Batman.
No, you don't need to fly.
No, you said who's got more upside? Anthony Richardson, for sure.
Okay. Who's been granted to accept a trade, Anthony Richardson?
Yeah, no shit. He's his days in the NFL are done. Anyway, we're talking about him is irrelevant.
Going back to Kyle Pitts, I don't know. I've just seen so much inconsistent play. It's like very feast and famine, and I wouldn't be willing to pay that upper echelon money, especially for a tight end that A, doesn't block, and B,
he doesn't.
And B is just not a reliable receiver. He's not even a red zone threat.
Inconsistent is the right word.
Yeah,
that I agree with. He's good, but he's bad. It's like, oh wait, you got to check the box score. Did he actually play? Like,
and it could be for 2 weeks.
Yeah. It could be a fucking
fair.
like 3 or 4 week stretch. Like that's fair. That's very fair.
All right. So where's his money in comparison to like a Hawkinson who does everything at a very good level but not elite? Oh, he's a very good receiver.
I don't think Hawkinson is the 4th highest paid tight end in the NFL. It's 16.5.
So it's Hawkinson's. He's on more money.
I know I have my Kyle Pitts blinders on.
You do.
I accept that. It's one of my rarest not sitting on a fence moments is Kyle Pitts. But I would take Kyle Pitts any day of the
you
week
are
over
insane.
TJ Hawkinson.
You
Any day
are
of the week.
insane.
I think TJ Hawkinson is
coming off an
overpaid.
ACL with no bone and with no cartilage left in his knees better than him.
I disagree. I think
You're an idiot.
Kyle Pitts is a much, much better football player
Because you got him in
than
fantasy.
TJ Hawkinson. Maybe. We don't know where my alliances lie. I
You're
don't
an
know
idiot.
how. As I said, I don't tend to plant my flag on a player.
You've been a Pitts dude for a while. I will.
Since
say
he was
that.
drafted, I think he's
Yeah,
an
5 years
extremely good
later, everyone's still having the same conversation.
Call it my Scotty Too Hottie moment. I'm dying on the hill.
I'm dying on the other hill. You're an idiot.
I think from Atlanta.
Fair.
Fair. 2 separate hills. 2 men yelling at clouds.
For once, one of them is not you.
Yeah, one of them's not me, which is rare. Very
This
rare.
is a very big character arc for you.
I think for Atlanta, they're just trying to keep as much talent as they can.
Yes, that's exactly. And I'm not saying he's not talented. I just don't like the price tag for the value.
No,
For
it's
the-
fair.
for the-
16 is probably a little bit too much for him. I think somewhere in the 12 to 13 range is probably about right. For
Again, if you look at it all on paper, 2,000 yard seasons in 5 years, second team All Pro last year. I'm not saying it's all legitimate and all fair,
Yeah.
but if you put it all on paper, there's not many more decorated young
And I
tight ends.
guarantee-
Yeah,
in the
but they're
NFL.
playing from
he's-
behind because he can't run block.
Fair
and,
enough. Yeah, this is all like
And he
these are.
drops balls and he's
Yeah, but
not.
his
So
agent-
you're bringing too many facts into this argument.
Oh,
Scott.
okay.
I need you to be more like
No, you want to speak
womp,
like a.
womp womp. You're gay. Kyle Pitts is the best tight end in the NFL.
Which is what his agent would be saying.
Correct.
Oh, you want to have an emotional discussion about this, do you?
Let's go to Daniel Jones because this is interesting.
Oh yeah, we're gonna.
So Daniel Jones's tag, he is a very different tag. This is the transition tag. So what the transition tag is
Why are you
basically
laughing?
it's
I'm gonna keep it to me.
it's hey, go out, test the market, dance with as many single girls as you want. We'll decide if we're hotter when you decide to pick one.
Right.
That's what they're saying. He can explore free agency. He can be offered contracts. And at the end of the day, the Colts are able to match whatever he is given and keep him on the team. So I from what I've read on this is that the agent, the player, and the team were all comfortable saying, we'll transition tag you, go out and find your market, and then you'll be back on the Colts next year. Unless some idiot team comes and goes, well, here's 55 million. Then
Well,
the
I think,
Colts are like,
I think that's the
"Please."
main reason why the Colts are doing this is because they don't want to pay him that much money. Because,
Correct.
well, I mean, quite frankly, he's not worth 50 million a year. Like he's not good enough. He's in. Like we were saying before the show, he's in that mid tier, that 15 to 25 range of
Yeah, you
player.
guys are being very generous with that.
Oh,
I think it's closer to 25 than 15, but I
Yeah.
agree with you in that.
he's in that because there's three or
100%.
four tiers. Like
Starting
there's-
quarterbacks are hard to find.
right? So he's definitely,
And
good
that's
enough.
why he's in the discussion for being a backup.
No, he's not.
Oh,
He's
no,
not- he was never in the
I
discussion as a backup.
I
That's
think
false.
Daniel Jones is a legitimate starting
He's
quarterback.
one more bad season away from being a backup.
I would say he's a bad season away from not being in the NFL.
Furthering my
But
point,
this is the complicated thing around Daniel Jones was that, and I'm just saying, I agree that they were as soft a schedule merchant last year as the Patriots were for until time came time to perform and they fell apart, right? And me and Scotty were very strong on this that once they play good teams that stop the running game, he will struggle. But the problem was that the torn Achilles almost saved him, in my
he was
opinion.
playing bad for a couple of weeks before that,
So
but we
the
didn't see the
Achilles
fallout of it.
saved him from him because it was like, well, he's injured now. His 10 games he played were really good when you look at it over an average. We were one of the best offenses in football, one of the most efficient offenses ever in football. So was it him? Was it the rest of the team? It's put a question mark on it. And that's why I think this is the right way to play by the Colts. They're playing, we don't know what your market is because of your injury. We want to keep you, but we don't want to overpay you. So let's go see what other teams will pay you.
This is going to pain me because the Colts are like my favorite team. Like throughout time, like they're like my favorite. Like they're probably not my favorite AFC team, but they're like my favorite like underdog AFC team. Like, you know what I mean? I always get around them because they are nosediving without a first round pick next year into pure shit.
But they have Sauce Gardner.
Yeah, cool. Well,
He's
they're going to
the
give up
best
35.
corner in the NFL.
They're going to give up 35 points a game with Sauce Gardner. Cool.
So just before we move off this, what do you guys think he's worth a year?
I think if I was giving him a contract,
Get the thing up.
yeah, I've got the quarterbacks up there. If I was giving him a contract, I would give him the Darnold contract. I'd give him 3 years, 90 million, 2 years guaranteed.
Go to AAV. Let's see what we got here. Scroll. He's not in the 40s. Not in the... Okay, so it goes Darnold at 33. Well, Darnold's outperformed that. Geno got cut.
Baker
At
at 33, and then you're rolling into Justin Fields at 20 million.
I would prefer Baker over him. So I would say 30.
Any day. That's what I mean. I think
say-
30 is the right mark.
I would say I would...
With a bit of inflation, probably like 35.
no, because... No, he's not worth that.
No, 30.
Okay.
30 is fine. And you're going to be very disappointed. And he's going to be more disappointed than Bianca. I'm telling you, that's disappointment.
Hey, new follower of the page as well. So
Shout out.
poor girl. The poor thing. She's got to follow us and live with you.
She's going to be further disappointed listening to this.
I'm not sure that's possible.
I find new rock bottoms.
That's true.
If there's
You do
one
break-
thing I can
you-
smash through, it's rock bottom.
You're constantly breaking new ground.
And
No.
no more. I won't say the next thing.
Yeah, so okay, so
God, I can't wait for this to be clipped and sent to her.
somewhere in that 30 to 35 mil range is kind of what we're talking about.
Yeah,
right?
but I think that the two guys there outperform that.
Well,
Like,
Baker at one point last year was an MVP conversation.
Yeah.
Now his fall off should be studied because that team fell apart, right?
He did, but
And
the
a
whole
lot of
team
that was on
did
him.
as well.
But okay, if you're the quarterback, right, you get all the praise and
You do.
unfortunately all the blame.
he didn't do himself any favors. It wasn't like he was hitting receivers in the hands,
No.
and he struggled mightily. But he's not in that tier of quarterbacks.
No, I disagree. I agree. I agree. He's not. He's the tier above. I think he's probably between 20 and 25 in the league. And if you look at the contracts of these guys, I think 30 million's good. I think they're going to find the market. I personally don't think another team is going to offer him a contract
No, because he's shit.
Yeah,
because I think his best bet is being on the Colts next year.
Yeah.
sure.
Whether that's a 1-year deal or a long-term deal, that's his best bet. for his
I think
career.
he knows that too, and I think the Colts know that too. That's why they were happy to just give him the transition tag, because knowing full well that his market is limited in terms
If-
of the teams that want him and what teams are prepared to pay for him. So
Very fair.
Can I segue into our quarterbacks?
yeah, so
Yeah.
we're-
If
we're talking
I
about-
was the Colts, I would be throwing everything at Kyler Murray because Kyler Murray gets brought out to the NBA term. Sorry, he gets cut from Arizona, and whatever the money difference is from his future contract and his current contract, Arizona get the difference. So Murray's going to sign the vet min for 1.6 or 1.8 mil, and then Arizona's on the
the
cap
hook
sheet
for the
for
rest of it.
40 odd million. So if I was Kyler Murray, I would be going to the Colts and going, hey, get me a bootleg and I'll dump it off short every single ball.
I actually think if I was Kyler Murray, I could pick 10 better teams I'd want to go to than the
Why? You've got a good running game.
than the Colts. Vikings being one of them.
Vikings,
I think the Vikings is a great
Harder division.
Yeah.
that's what I was thinking. I was thinking the Colts is a better spot because of the division.
How's it? The Jags are a very good team.
Jags,
They were very good
Yeah,
last year.
they
and
are,
and
but
the
they're
Texans
also.
are one of the best defenses in football last year as well. And I don't think they're getting worse.
Yeah, but then for the Vikings, you got to say the Bears, Packers, and Lions.
And but also you got Stroud actively throwing it to the other team, and he ain't getting any better. He's done. I'm telling you now.
If I was the
Put a line through
Colts,
Stroud.
I wouldn't get back into bed with Daniel Jones. I don't need to keep going into it, but I would be going vet min. We don't have our first round pick next year. I would vet min Kyler Murray, and and you just take the punt.
Yeah, that's
I
fair.
don't hate it. I don't hate it.
He's a capable quarterback with a lot of starts. He's probably, and we're going to be splitting hairs. He's probably slightly more durable than Daniel Jones.
I don't think probably. I think he is more durable.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think and he's a much better player than Daniel Jones. Kyle.
And he's much better. 100%. He throws a deep ball. He will play in the system. I'm dumbfounded by this move.
Yeah, I just think they obviously like Daniel Jones and want to keep him.
Yeah, they're idiots.
Well,
Yeah.
idiots is strong. That's strong. I don't think they're idiots, but
I could think
don't-
of like 500 words that are stronger than idiot. I think Scotty's being very nice.
No. I think
I'm turning it new year, new me.
No, old you. I want old you.
All right.
Anyway, let's go through the
So the quarterbacks, yeah.
All right, so I'll give a shout out to our boy Tommy. He's not here tonight, but he's been doing the absolute groundwork as usual. We're going to go into a segment for free agency. Should I stay or should I go? We're going to go through the positions, talk about the free agents, and we're going to, if we think they should stay, we'll say they should stay. If we think they should go, where do they go? Where do they end up? What's the best solution? And we're going to start with the quarterbacks. Obviously, Kyler Murray's he's the hot topic. He has been notified to be released. He can't be released until after the league year ends, which is next week. I think
Yep.
it's in
The
5 days or
11th,
something.
I think is the date. Yeah.
So he will be released. He's been notified he's released, and he's already posted thanking Arizona.
Sure.
It's done. It's just not clerically done, right? So
quick post just in between COD games, just a little tweet.
wow.
I don't think it's double XP the next week, so I think he's going to be a bit more invested in football, hopefully. And I think that's the story with Kyler Murray, right? Because from when he got his big contract in Arizona, it's been pretty bad since then, right?
But he's not the first player that it's happened to. That
no,
happens
not at all.
quite
But
a-
he is this player.
No, I think the first year of his contract was that year that he was in the MVP conversation and then got hurt.
Yeah.
So he's shown he's capable of playing at a high level consistently. Also had the very last year of DeAndre Hopkins as well. So
Yeah, but they also had to put a clause in his contract that he, like a film clause and a COD clause, bro. Like,
okay,
so
he's not Jamarcus Russell. Let's not
No, I'm not saying he is, but for an organization to feel the need to do that is telling
These,
for a professional athlete.
these organizations should be doing a pull-out clause in their contracts.
I don't even know what that means.
I do. It's diabolical.
But you get my point, though, right?
So where's
And-
the best spot for Kyler Murray then? If you guys are Kyler Murray, where do you want to
I
go?
want to go.
Colts. All
I
right.
want to go to a team
Or Falcons.
that has a strong offensive-minded coach with a strong scheme that he knows that he can excel in.
Yeah.
So
Is that Minnesota?
I don't hate Minnesota.
I think that's like from what you've just described, that's Minnesota.
Yeah.
KOC, it's a very, very good offensive weapons. Jefferson's, we can to and fro between him and Jamar Chase. I know
Sure.
Jamar Chase has taken the flowers lately, but Jamar Chase had 9 thrown to him last year, so we should double his yards and then
Yeah.
talk about him in that
Yeah,
regard.
Maybe double his yards. He's at 28.
Jed is
He had 1,000-yard season still.
Jed is
Not
an
not
elite,
from anyway. Go.
Jed is an elite receiver. Like
And then you got Addison's good, Hawkinson's good. The O-line's decent. They improved it last
Yep.
year. I think that's a really good fit for him.
yeah. It's a
KOC
really
gets
good
the
fit.
most out of quarterbacks consistently.
Or do you go to the Falcons where you got
Falcons is good too.
yeah, you just got to beat
with,
out.
Stefanski.
Yeah, you got to beat out Penix.
Penix.
Old no knees Penix. I think that'd be
Yeah.
a pretty easy beat.
Yeah, I would say if I was Murray, I'd go Colts or Falcons.
Yeah, that's fair too.
'Cause
Because
you don't
Falcons is
wanna-
a good one because it's a 1 year opportunity, right?
I'd rather go to a better run organization.
Yeah, but it's a one. The risk with going the Vikings is, like I said, the division is a 1 year prove it deal. You don't want to have 6 really tough, glaring
That's fair,
bad games out of year 17.
and
they're not necessarily going to be glaringly bad. Like I don't think the Lions are going to set the world on fire next year either.
actually, we can talk about this more in the future podcast, but I think the Lions are
No, I disagree.
set to skyrocket.
I think the window's shut.
Yeah, but you still got Aiden Hutchinson chasing you down, and poor Kyler Murray can't even.
Mine will go with his little legs.
Yeah. Good luck.
Shoot those little legs off you go, buddy.
Yeah, that's not
Like
a
a
bet
little-
I'm taking.
Like a little jockey just
Yeah.
running around everywhere. Yeah, the Vikings are a good fit.
Yeah, they're a good fit. Yeah.
I think he'll be on Falcons or Vikings next year. That's my opinion.
I would like to see the Steelers make a run at him as well, but I don't think that's in his best interest.
No, I disagree. I agree with you as well. Sorry.
Yeah.
No, I don't. If I'm Kyler Murray, and Steelers are ringing, I'll be like, no thanks, but no thanks.
Yeah, it's cold. I don't want to go there.
Yeah,
Not
but
with,
it's a future contract with them.
That's
They
true,
might be the
They-
only team
they-
that-
they've got nothing. They've
Not
got
with-
they've got no.
And
Prospects
McCarthy's
to
probably
not
going to
with
want to
McCarthy.
have an experienced quarterback.
I would not. That's why I said I want to go with a strong offensive minded coach in
Yeah,
McCarthy.
but West
McCarthy
Coast suits Kyler Murray a little bit too.
Let's talk
I
about
don't-
Willis. Willis is a really interesting.
Yeah,
one.
so Malik Willis, the Packers backup last year, performed really well when Jordan Love was out injured.
Yep.
He's the number 1 ranked player on pretty much every single free agency list you can find.
with good reason.
Oh, he gets a quarterback bump on that, I think.
Yeah, definitely. 100% he does. But this is where the intrigue, but if you're a backup and you perform really, really well when you're asked upon, this is the call that comes. And I think Malik Willis is going to get a big payday. He started with, I'm happy to stay in Green Bay and be a backup. And it's quickly gone from, no, I'm the number 1 free agent on every single list. So
Yeah, no shit.
I'm not that happy to stay in Green Bay. I'm just
Absolutely
going to go
not.
where. So who's got interest in Malik Willis? Because he's proven enough that you can pay him, but also he's like, let's not forget his Tennessee Titans days, right? He was really bad there to the point where they cut him. And
Yeah.
that again, you can say the Titans, they're a terrible
That,
organization.
I would say that you couldn't put all of that on him.
No, that's fair too. Oh, no, they didn't cut
There
him.
was only
Actually, they
one-
traded him to the Packers. I should
It was
say.
only 1 year, and I think he only started half the year when they were like not even a Div 2 college team.
Before we talk about where he lands, what sort of money do you think he's going to command?
40. He's getting $40 million a year.
$40 million for an unproven starter is a lot.
I think-
minimum.
I would agree because I think now 40 is the 30 from 2 years ago.
Yep.
So when Gino got the 30, Baker got the 30, like all those other guys in a similar situation to him,
Yep.
I think 40 is the new 30.
40. He is getting 40 minimum. That's the starting point, and then teams can fight it out to get him.
I would say probably 36 to 37 minimum, but it'll probably end up being 40.
I think that's
Yeah,
what you get. And then again, he's in it's basically him and Kyler Murray for the same teams. They're
Sure.
they're actually
players.
extremely similar players. Pretty similar age. Like Malik Willis 27s. Colomar is only 29, so he's not an old player in terms of quarterbacks at all. So I think both of them are fighting for the same spots. I think it's going to come down to the team. Do they want Malik Willis or do they want Kyler Murray? It's just going to be that decision. I think Kyler Murray will come cheaper because of what you said before, Scotty. He's getting paid still by the Cardinals for next year. So he's naturally, whatever he gets paid from another team just offsets what the Cardinals
I guess the only difference is that whoever's signing Willis, they're not signing him to a 1 year deal. It's going to be like a 4 year, 3 or 4 year deal.
Yeah, I'd say it'd be 3. I don't think this is the case, but I wouldn't be shocked if this happens if this is like a Matt Flynn situation from a few years ago.
Well, it's a great example from Green Bay as well.
Green Bay, he towards the end of the season, I think he had like 5 touchdowns in a game or something that.
No. He threw 7 touchdowns in the last game of the season to tie the record for touchdown passes.
Yeah. And then got the big contract and got beat out by Russell Wilson. So, and I think Malik Willis showed a little bit more, but it's probably a different skill set as well. So that's why you got to be a little bit more wary. So
I think he's going to get a big contract. I don't know where. I think any team looking for a quarterback is going to be having very strong conversation with Malik Willis.
Yeah,
100%.
I think if you're the team, you want the 3 for 37. I think if you're Willis, you probably want 4 for 45. So it'd be interesting to see where they meet up.
They'll find a middle ground. I think it'll be around 40 billion. Now the next 3 guys, I actually put these guys all in the same category. It's Kirk Cousins, Aaron Rodgers, and Marcus Mariota. Aaron Rodgers hasn't committed to playing next year, but I think he wants to play next year. I personally think he's only going to play if it's for Minnesota. I don't think he's going to go play for the Jets, or obviously not the Jets, but a crappy team again. Sure. I don't think he's going back to Pittsburgh because he was kind of him and Tomlin were kind of that package deal. And if Tomlin stayed, I think he'd play for the for the Pittsburgh Steelers.
100%.
But he's basically said he's not going back there. And then Marcus Mariota. I think these 3 guys are whoever doesn't get Malik Willis and Kyler Murray. Hey, we need a quarterback. I can see Kirk Cousins in Pittsburgh for sure. I can see Rodgers in Minnesota only or retired. And then I think Mariota is wherever someone doesn't land one of those 4 guys, he's the guy.
Just waiting for a life.
I think he'll be a starter next year. I think he's earned that right to be a starter. I think he's earned the right to have a shot at being a starter.
No.
I believe that.
Where?
Jets. I'm not saying it has to be a good team, but if the Jets have got if these 4 guys don't want to play for the Jets, which Rodgers won't, Kirk Cousins definitely shouldn't, Murray and Willis won't, I can see the Jets going, well, we need a starting quarterback. From all reports, they're cutting Justin Fields. Let's just bring in a vet in Mariota. We'll draft a quarterback in the second round and let's see what happens.
Mariota's interesting because he's a really, really high level backer.
Yeah, he had some terrible games last year. Let's not all forget.
I agree. But I'm saying he's in that weird sort of like middle ground where he's almost too good to be a backup, but not quite good enough to be a starter. It's a really weird. I
feel like we've just had that conversation.
Yeah, that's where he's at too. But I think he'll be a starter next year.
All 3 irrelevant, and Kirk Cousins is an absolute thief.
No, he's not. No, he's not. He's not a thief at all.
No, he's a smart businessman.
Those teams willingly offered him that money, and he took it. Okay, that's not thievery. That's business.
Stole.
I'm pretty sure he's top 10 in career earnings ever in the NFL.
Good for him.
Thief.
Good for him.
Hey, he had a lot of very good years in Minnesota. In fairness, very productive years.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, let's roll over to edge rushers. We'll start with Jalen Phillips. He was obviously Dolphins and then was traded to the Eagles last year. If we talk about should he stay, should he go, I think he should stay at the Eagles. I think that's his best bet.
I think how he's working on a deal right now. I'll be very, very surprised if he's not in Philly Green next year. I think they brought him over with the mind that we want to keep him in the
go up a third rounder for him. You don't throw them away.
Exactly. That's what I was going to say. We're going to throw away a third rounder just to bring a guy over to cut him after 6 games or 8 games. Like that's bad business. So a deal will get done. I'll be very surprised if it doesn't. And he's a really good addition to the team. He's a really great kid, great locker room guy, high performing player, fits the scheme well. Ticks all the boxes.
The next one, Trey Hendrickson. This guy's interesting. He's 31 years old, super productive. Not last year because he was injured for most of the year. He obviously had the big holdout. There was a lot of drama in the offseason last year around Hendrickson and the Bengals and should they pay him. They ended up coming to an arrangement where they paid him a bit more money. They gave him a bit more
guaranteed
an extra year kind of thing, yeah.
And then he played, but the conversation at the end of the season was both the Bengals and him were very happy to shake hands and walk away.
Yep.
I would say more him, but the Bengals were pretty ready to just move on from that phase.
I'm really, really upset that we were probably robbed the last year of his prime, wasting away with a dispute and then an injury.
I actually think I disagree with you on. I'm disappointed that he didn't get to play as much last year because of all the bullshit and then the injuries. I think he's going to be one of the most valuable free agency signings this year.
No,
And a contender's going to get him.
Yes, I agree.
Seattle, a Rams, you can call the Cowboys if you want, but like that sort of a team, a high-profile team, is going to sign Trey
How
Hendrickson.
Fucking dare you
Call the
in
Cowboys
the
there.
same breath have contender and Cowboys? You are out of control.
Hey, they got
You are
they got
out
Dak Prescott.
of
He's the
control.
best quarterback in the NFC East.
You're very emotional tonight, Scott.
He's
I'm
been
not emotional.
it's both turning me on and disappointing me at the
He's
same time.
running rampant. On a
He's had a couple of weeks at home.
I
He's a mess.
I think, very.
I need to get the sledging out of it. It's just building up.
I think Hendrickson it was time for him to leave the Bengals, that's for sure. That marriage was always doomed for failure. A good contending team, he's the cherry on top.
You know what he is? He's DeMarcus Lawrence from last year.
Yes, but we just got robbed of that last year of his prime.
I agree.
Because DeMarcus Lawrence, DeMarcus D-Law had a fantastic year, which I would think that there's probably going to be a little bit of a drop off from that.
I agree. Yeah.
And I think Trey Hendrickson has probably potentially already hit that drop off.
Yeah, but if he can pick this thing, he can pick the best scenario
Yeah,
for him,
I don't,
which is like even a Texans, he'd be fantastic
as
on
a
the Texans.
situational pass rusher. They don't need him, though.
As a third edge guy.
Or they
That's what I mean.
move him to the 3 tech.
Like this is like
Yeah,
this
exactly.
is like a Bosa to the Bills type arrangement.
Correct.
Yeah, but that's a year too late as well. Like I wanted to see these guys that were dominant for a good stretch of time not get wasted from a contract dispute on a shit fucking team. I wanted them to be released, go to a good team and make an impact. Like I want to see good players playing for good teams.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
that's fair.
I think Hendrick's got a year left. I think he's going to be
I
an
hope so.
impact
I really
player.
hope so. I hope I'm wrong, but yeah.
All right, the next one is Odafe Owe, and this guy is really interesting because he was traded from the Ravens last year to the Chargers,
Yeah.
and then absolutely took off under Kevin Minter. Now, Kevin Minter is now the head coach of the Baltimore Ravens. Jesse Minter, sorry. Kevin Minter was the old Cardinals linebacker, which I always get confused. Jesse Minter, I think he goes back to the Ravens, which is bizarre, but I think from all reports, he wants to follow Jesse Minter, and I think he'll be back at the Ravens.
So he
next year.
should. He knows where his bread's buttered. Good for
Yep.
him.
Probably still got his house there, so why not?
Which is it's wild though that you traded away and then the guy you get traded to becomes the head coach. Is like, yeah, I'll come back.
That's how fast the NFL moves these days.
100%. So I actually think he'll sign for the Ravens. I think that's his best bet for his career, and I think it would be a really good move for the Ravens, who are desperate for an edge rusher.
Yeah.
This is a proven
Van,
guy,
Yeah, Van Noy's getting older.
and he wasn't a bad player for the Ravens. They just wanted to move him because he was on a contract year. So the irony of now they're going to sign him to pay for his new head coach. I think that's what the NFL's
he'll
kind
go
of
to the Ravens and have a great year next year. I'm sure of it.
The next one I want to touch on, Boy Mafe was very instrumental for Seattle Seahawks down the run. Scotty, do you think he's back on the Seattle Seahawks next year, or is he gone?
It depends what his market is. He's very intriguing. So, like, his advanced stats are sensational, and the tape's good, but the actual raw stats, if you look at tackles, sacks, and all of that, it's not quite as good as some of the other guys on the list. So it just depends on how you look at him, and that will determine his market. But I'd say if he's at that 13, 15 mil a year kind of price range, I think he'll price himself out of Seattle. And they'll be happy to let him walk because they're a sort of a rushing attack by committee.
Yeah.
On the defensive end, not to confuse anyone. So yeah, I'd love to keep him. I think he's a really, really, really good underrated player, but I think
he's
he'll be
definitely a good piece. I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
A rotational piece.
And that's what happens when teams get good. The depth just gets cut out from you. So
That's a problem. You got to prioritize other guys. That's fair.
yeah. So yeah, he'll be if he leaves. Yeah. If it was me personally on a Seattle, I would keep Nwosu because he's got a big cap hit. I would keep him and let Mafe walk.
I think Nwosu is a better player too.
More complete player, yeah.
Yeah. I like all of them, but I think as you said it perfectly. The market's going to dictate what Seattle do with him, which is we're going to talk about a lot of Seattle free agents, and it's going to be the same thing.
Yeah.
They have a lot of cap, but you said it perfectly before. you got to remember they got to sign JSN long term, and they've got to sign Witherspoon long term, and then the Darnold contract is lingering.
Yep.
He's just won a Super Bowl. He's happy to sit on it this year, I believe. He'll play next year under his contract, and his guarantees run out, and then he's going to be rotated, and then you got to make a big decision. So if he plays like next year, like he did this season, he's going to get his.
Oh, he'll be in the 50 mil.
He'll be between 55 and 60 million. By the way, the cap's rolling. So
yeah.
So they have to prepare that if we want to keep Darnold, and if we perform really well next year, and we're a playoff team, we make a deep run. They're going to keep him, and they're going to be willing to pay him. And I think Seattle is smart enough. Schneider's smart enough to understand that.
He definitely is. He's not a nearsighted GM. He's very understanding of the contracts in the next 3 to 5 years.
Yeah, he'll be stowing away some pennies for that.
And it's a great segue into the run.
What are you laughing at?
Sorry.
I know.
What are you laughing at?
Sorry,
Why
everybody.
is that funny?
We'll explain to you after the show.
Okay.
It shouldn't be this funny to me and Scotty, but it is. And we'll discuss this after. Let's segue into the running backs because, again, the number one running back, Super Bowl MVP, Kenneth Walker, the third. When I spoke to Seahawk Sam last week, he put it perfectly. And I can't remember because we spoke for a while before and after we recorded. But he said that the Zach Charbonnet injury essentially led to Kenneth Walker being the Super Bowl MVP because if Charbonnet's not injured, they probably split carries through the whole playoffs, and they both do really well, and then they're keeping both of them because Kenneth Walker's not the Super Bowl MVP, right?
Yeah. But, Kenneth Walker towards the end of the year was definitely
taking it over.
Yeah, he was getting more of it was definitely like a 50-50 split, maybe up until like week 16, 17, and then it was starting to go. And I think the plan all year for Seattle was to run both of them, keep Kenneth Walker healthy because he's had a lot of oblique issues, like back issues, hamstrings. When you feed him the 200, 220, 230 carries a year, it breaks down. So it was like, hey, we're a good team.
We're going to keep him ready
need
for playoffs.
him. We just got to limit the carries and then unleash him. So
correct.
I think that, again, the market would dictate. I think if Seattle can get him at a hometown discount, which does happen sometimes with Super Bowls. Sometimes players get the hometown discount. Sometimes they're like, oh, no, I'm a Super Bowl champ and I am making money. And both are completely fine.
I think the only issue with running backs is we know you have to strike while the market's hot.
Absolutely.
And he could not have made his market hotter through the playoffs.
No. He's done. Yeah, he's done everything that he can.
I think he's going to get a big contract and it's going to be another team.
I think another interesting thing that I've heard about with running backs, like with the emergence of Saquon and Henry, like into their second and third contracts, are still playing at an extremely high level. Teams aren't as scared as offering a decent second contract for running backs.
Yep.
It was sort of fading the other way where it was like, hey, in your second contract, we'll just scrap you and just get another guy. I think teams are starting to value these guys. If Seattle can get him in that 9-10 range, I think they will. If it gets to that 13, 14, 15, which he's worth, but if another team wants to take that on, yeah, sure, go for it.
Yeah.
He's been injured a lot, and it's only his second 1,000-yard rushing season on a team that wanted to run the ball a lot.
I think his first was his rookie year, wasn't it?
It was, yeah.
Yeah.
I think he's getting 13 million from someone for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll be very surprised if he doesn't.
But we've seen behind a bad O-line, which Seattle's had since they traded for Jimmy Graham, that he's very hit and miss, and is a big play dependent. So
you said that wrong. And since they traded away Max Unger, one of the fucking best centers of the
I
generation.
would say that a lot of people wouldn't know who he was. So
Max Unger was a goat.
Yeah.
Next guy on the running back list, Travis Etienne. If I was, should he go? I think he'll be on the Jags next year. I don't think the market will dictate a ton of money for him. I think his best bet is being a Jaguar next year, and whether that's on a bit of a shorter term contract, a bit of a prove it sort of deal, maybe it's a 1 year deal. Like
I think he's really good in that offense too.
Yeah, I think he'll stay on the Jags.
I think he's gone. They really like their rookie kid. The name escapes me. They like the rookie kid so much that they traded Bigsby to the Eagles. Oh shit! Let me look it up. Someone keep this shit going.
Yeah, I just think that Cohen will want to keep him in his system because I think he was so important to that system.
Yeah, I agree.
And when things work, again, running backs just don't dictate that massive amount of money. And I think Etienne won't dictate a huge contract.
What do you think he's worth?
I think they'll keep him for 10 million.
Yeah, somewhere in that 8 to 10 million.
Like what did Javonte Williams from the Cowboys just got 8 million a year for 3 years?
He's probably a better runner of the ball. I'd like to see his stats back to back. I remember ETN having a lot of good games, but then there was a lot of games at like 2.7 yards and they gave him the ball, 11 times and he didn't. So it was a little bit up and down. But they like Bayshol Tootin as well.
Oh yeah, Tootin, yes.
So they like him and they integrated him towards the end of the year as well. So maybe they've got the plan to let him walk.
I think if you got him for in that 8 to 10 million range, it's good because he's a really good scheme fit.
And the key with ETN, it's like what's the NFL offenses, what they're searching for is explosive players, right? He's top 10 in both 20 plus rush yards and 40 plus rush yards. Rush reps. So he's one of the more explosive running backs in football, and I think the Jags will want to keep him. But again, the market will dictate what they can do with that because we know that running backs aren't that well respected in terms of contracts.
I don't think there's that big of a market for running backs at the moment, really.
No, there's not. There's a lot of teams have good running backs.
Yeah,
I think there's if you ever want to keep a running back, now's the time to do it. The other guy I want to touch on running back is Rico Dowdle. What did he have? 2 games in a row last year with 200 plus
yards.
rushing yards.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
He was on a 1-year deal for the Panthers. I know he's testing for agency. I see a world where he's back on the Panthers next year. Maybe like a 3-year deal. Probably around the Javonte Williams contract, around the $8 million a year. I think that's probably the perfect fit for him. And I think he should stay in Carolina. I think that's a good spot for him.
I think if ETN or Walker goes, I could see the Jags and Seattle going after Seattle for that 7 to 8
Very
range.
fair too.
And then he'll just slot into that committee role as well.
Yep.
So
All right.
it's not a bad show. Yep.
We'll move over to defensive line. Let's rapid fire these because there's not a lot of big names in here. John Franklin Myers, very good defensive tackle for the Denver Broncos, but not a world beater. Are we staying or going?
I think he stays. I think he'll take a team friendly deal to stay in Denver because that's a good unit and he'll want to stay on a good team and play well.
Yeah, I tend to agree. I think he was cut from the Rams from his first year. Was at the Jets, and now he's found a good team with a really good defensive line. And it's like do you want to be the best player on a bad line, or do you want to be the worst player on a good line, sort of thing? And I think why would you leave a good situation?
I would say one thing on this. Reports are he's very close to Robert Saleh. Robert Saleh just traded one of his starting defensive tackles.
Yep.
That essentially fits the John Franklin Myers deal.
Yep.
Wouldn't be shocked if it's just, hey Rob, I'm back in Tennessee. Let's roll.
No, that's probably his only market.
I think so too.
Yeah.
Calais
I
Campbell.
don't hate that for him either, to be honest.
No, not at all. That'd be a good fit. Calais Campbell, 40 years old. It's it's not official yet, but apparently he's coming back for another year.
Oh, brother, hang it up. Come on.
It was very good last year.
Do you know what Calais Campbell should be doing? Getting on any sort of contending team with a top defense. So Texans, Seattle, Rams would be fine. Eagles would be fine. Talking AFC, a Jags, someone like that, a Bills where he can be a role player, not relied on to be a heavy starter,
Sure.
and can get that ring. That's the only thing that's keeping him playing next season.
Mate, Chargers make a call. What are you waiting for?
Yeah. DJ Reader, again, another aging D tackle, but big nose tackles don't age poorly in the NFL. They tend to last a long time. I think DJ Reader's mercenary. I think he'll go to whichever team gives him the most amount of money. That's simple as that.
So we should.
When he was out, the Lions missed him, so he still plays at a reasonably high level. I think, same thing with the contender. He'll slot in as your second, third, fourth sort of defensive tackle on rotation. So yeah.
Yep. All right, we'll go to wide receivers. Alec Pierce, Colts. This guy's an interesting one. His total numbers and everything, when you look at it, it doesn't blow you away except for one category, which is his yards per catch.
Mm-hmm.
He is one of the most explosive players ever. 21.8 yards per reception last year.
That's heaps.
Now, you can be the guy that shits on him for that and says, well, he doesn't catch the ball enough. Or you can be the GM, the offense coordinator that goes, that's exactly what we need in our offense. I think he's going to have a huge market. I would be shocked if he's on the Colts next year. He needs his payday and he's going to get it.
San Fran
would be a good spot.
San Fran. Yep. I would be shocked. I think I saw that they're trying to tag him, but
what about Bills? Well, the tag's done now. The tags are over. You can't tag anymore. So he did not get the tag.
okay. I think The Bills, he doesn't. The scheme's perfect for the Shanahan thing. The run, pass low, pass medium, pass medium, deep shot, bang. That's what he
Yeah, a
uses.
guy that I think that a guy like Alec Pierce, the fact that he doesn't need a ton of receptions to be productive is such a valuable trait because
Yep.
when we want to take the shot, he can do it, and
Yep.
I think that's a West Coast style offense would be perfect. For
Yeah.
What about Baltimore? They need
Baltimore
definitely
will be
need
fine.
some explosive playmakers.
Yeah, but they
you've
need
got to think of the
they-
scheme.
they need a possession guys. They've already got that sort of undersized receiver in Flowers, who's
Yeah, that's fair.
a bit of a yak guy. So, yeah.
Interesting.
negatives.
I just he won't be on the
No,
conversation.
definitely not. There's no way. No.
Raheed Shaheed is an interesting one with Saddle traded for him last year. From all reports, they want to keep him. Correct me if I'm wrong, Scotty. They're very strong on Shaheed. He was pretty instrumental in the playoffs for them as a returner and
Yep.
as an offensive weapon. He had a lot of good plays for them, impactful plays for them. I think he's on Saddle next year.
Yeah, well, it says it there, what I was going to say, but it just seemed like him and Darnold were a step off for a lot of the big plays they could have had. I think that the plan is they gave up a 4th and a 5th rounder to get him, so they want to re-sign him. It's a bit of a weaker receiving market, so you might get some cash somewhere else.
Yeah, I think he'll be on Saddle personally. I think that's his best bet. And I think it's Saddle's best bet. They can keep him for a lower contract.
I think it's the best bet for him.
Yeah,
I think it's
he's
best
got a
bet for
better
him as well, but it
chance
just
to
comes
be-
down to,
Yeah.
do you value money or do you value winning? Because you can get whatever you want. You can
Yeah.
you can go to Tennessee, they'll love you.
yeah, for a year.
No,
Go get you 28 million at Tennessee, or do you want to have 22 at Seattle?
Yeah,
This next one's interesting.
Mike Evans.
Mike Evans.
Am I
Congratulations.
crazy in-
You're a Buffalo Bill.
Am I crazy
I
thinking Mike
couldn't
Evans
agree
shouldn't
more.
stay for
Yeah.
Tampa Bay?
Mike Evans, you are a Buffalo Bill.
Couldn't agree more.
He-
It
he-
feels like that move, but I don't know. I want him to stay at Tampa.
Nah, he's gone. He's gone. He's done. I think he's done with Tampa. I think he wants a fresh start, and Buffalo is the perfect destination for him. They are in desperate need of a true X1 receiver,
Yeah.
and he is that in spades.
Well,
And people will
he's
say, "Oh, well, he fell off." No, he didn't. He got injured, and then the last game of the season, had 160 yards in a must-win
Yeah.
game.
So
I think that Josh Allen creating plays and extending the play and all that sort of stuff works perfect with Evans. Evans just got a little bit of a slip and on the seam of a route or something like that, just a little shimmy, something like that, breaks open, bang, he's streaking deep. Oh, I can see it.
the wily old fox breaking off a route.
Yeah, he's not
100%.
quite the explosive,
He-
sneaky athlete that he was, but he just gets in the right places in zones.
Doesn't need to be.
He's
He
a
runs
big
a crisp
target.
route, and he's fucking huge, and he's
Yeah.
and his
The
hands.
benefit for Evans is
hands are
that
unbelievable.
he was never the exceptional athlete. So
No, but
he
he was
knows how to.
sneaky.
He was sneaky good
sneaky.
athlete,
Yeah.
but he knows how to play with not being the fastest
Well,
guy.
yeah, he's
on
not
the
a
field.
burner.
That's
That's
right.
what he's saying. He's
Yeah,
never been a
yeah.
burner. No.
Yeah, he's never going to be like, I am just going to outrun the cornerback.
Yeah.
He beats him with savvy, smarts, great hands, physicality.
And if it's Lattimore, he
blocks-
just actually beat the fuck out of him.
correct.
How good was that?
which ironically, Lattimore's had the most success against him in his career,
Yeah.
but not physically.
Yeah. Lattimore got cut, and
If
thank you for your service in the NFL. You'll be watching it like the rest of us.
if the Buffalo
Correct.
Bills are not blowing up Mike Evans' agent's phone, like they need to.
It
shut
feels
them
like a good fit.
up. Perfect fit.
Wanda Robinson, Giants, he's gone.
This is the most interesting one, to be completely honest.
He's such a mirage.
He is. And he's going to get paid, and then he's going to be a free agent next year.
Some shit team like the Raiders will give him $20 million a year.
You know,
He'll be
he
sick.
would actually be perfect in Shanahan's system.
Well, let him go to the Raiders then. Hopefully he's good.
It
He
wouldn't-
will be,
it
as-
wouldn't be a bad pick. It wouldn't be a bad pick for the Raiders.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Like they're going to draft Mendoza. It's the
But like they got
second
Bowers
NFL.
as the number one receiving threat. They should be running the ball through
Genty.
Genty.
Yep.
And then if Wandale Robinson's your third threat and he's a bit of a streaker guy and you just feed him the ball enough.
Yeah, that's what I'm
fine.
saying. I don't hate that. Dobbs should definitely stay in Green Bay.
I think Roman Dobbs will stay in
Definitely
Green Bay.
I think he's gone. Too many mouths to feed there, and I think he.
Did they re-sign Watkins?
Yes.
Or is he? No, they did re-sign him.
Yeah.
I'm certain they did.
Yeah, too many mouths to feed. They really like Wicks. Wicks and Dobbs are sort of the same guy in a nutshell. I think he's a number one in the league. And-
Really?
Yeah, he just does everything so well.
He's just that guy that fits, that gets to the right spot. And he'll
Yeah,
be
he just doesn't get the opportunity, and I reckon he's going to go somewhere, and he's going to be.
What about like a Chicago or something? Because I think Chicago are definitely moving off DJ Moore.
No, they're all on DJ Moore.
They are. Okay.
You reckon there's too many mouths to feed at Green Bay? There's more mouths to feed at Chicago.
Yeah, fair enough.
I reckon he'll go somewhere and try and be a number one. I'd like to see him maybe at like a
Colts?
Patriots
Yeah, Patriots going to be in the market. Yeah.
or the
Sure,
Raiders
mate.
or something. Just yeah.
All right, Juwan Jennings, obviously unreal blocker, big red zone threat.
Yeah.
There's no way he's on the 49ers next year
Nah, no
because
way.
him and Shanahan do not like each other at all.
Oh, can I sign up for one more year of them just dusting up on the sidelines?
Oh, I want it just for the drama. It's
Yeah.
like
Yeah, for the memes,
it's like
yeah.
the maths of the NFL.
Oh wow.
There's no
we're
way.
there now.
There's no way he's on the Niners next year.
No.
He can't stand Shanahan. And in fairness, I don't think Shanahan's a big fan of him.
A lot of players don't. A lot of players have come out and said that.
Yeah.
about Shanahan. Shanahan's not a very agreeable.
A lot of
person.
players have come out and said they don't like Jennings as well.
Yeah.
Didn't he get punched in the dick in a game?
Correct.
He was talking shit and someone punched him in the dick.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened. I think he's somewhere else. I think he's a really good mid-tier sign. You know what? Realistically, he's probably going up at a Titans or a Jets or something like that.
Sure.
That's his
Yeah.
market because he's taking the most money.
Speaking of guys taking money, shout out to Fatso Debo Samuel.
Can I just say congratulations to all three of us? We called that was one of the worst trades that Washington could have made. It lasted a year. They've cut him.
Dude, we
You
know
know,
ball. Like,
he's back.
shit.
He's back at the Niners next year.
He's too fat.
That's it. Simple as that.
That the role that he was playing in when he was successful in San Fran, that hybrid running back, slot receiver type, running role.
I don't think he can do that. I don't reckon.
He can't do it anymore.
So
Physically,
that's
he
why
can't do it.
I think Shanahan knows that. That's why he's happy to trade him. I don't think he wants him back. I don't.
No, he won't be back in 49ers. No way.
He'll be back at the 49ers for peanuts.
What?
But to do
As
what?
to back Kyle's
To
Juszczyk?
sit on the sideline and eat
I'm
hot dogs.
telling
Like,
you-
what's he going to do?
I'm telling you, he'll be a 1 year deal to the 49ers, and his mindset will be Shanahan's mindset will be, well, if we can grasp some magic from him, great. It's costing us nothing. And his mindset will be, it's the only chance I have of getting a big contract again.
I don't see it happening. I don't know.
This is a rare thing for me, but I'm fully in agreement with Scott. Like personally, I think he's done in the NFL.
Fuck did I do?
No, nothing. We just never agree on anything, bro. I'm
Yeah,
just
fair.
highlighting that point.
I'm
Well,
gonna-
on football,
some say that the success of this podcast is the friends we made along the way, and this is the perfect time. Well done, boys.
outside of the podcast, for right?
Yeah. Actually, yeah. That's actually really, really accurate.
Yeah, you got to concerts together. Don't invite me. Don't worry about it. I don't know.
Multiple,
Who is J. Cole? I don't even know who he is. Is he tall? I don't care.
multiple
Move on.
concerts, just so you know.
Move on.
My Macca's, let's go.
Debo needs to lay off the hot dogs.
Debo, Niners, lock it down. Linebackers,
No. Can I just say, Debo, Ravens.
Yeah.
They will go all in on someone like Debo.
But why? He's terrible. He's so
No,
shit.
we know that, but they're like, hey, he's a playmaker.
Nah, Ravens,
We can-
Ravens are too smart of an organization to do something.
Who
dumb.
else is playing wide receiver for him? Bateman. Oh, cool.
I'm telling you.
I'll take Bateman.
Oh,
Debo Samuel is playing for the 49ers next year.
All right,
Mark it.
click that.
Zip it.
Devin Lloyd, fucking great player. I love him.
So, all reports, Devin Lloyd is highly likely to sign with the Dallas Cowboys.
Oh, okay.
That'd be huge.
That. I don't hate that at all.
That's the thing. Him and Overshawn, they want to play them. Both similar guys, effort guys, athlete guys, can cover 3 down linebackers. They want to put them together and make them play. I don't know if that'll happen. Money's obviously a big part of it, but
Cowboys
have
should
cap.
be wanting to keep him.
oh, absolutely. You don't let talent. He's come on strong last year.
he's actually
I've-
had an incredibly good career. It's just been under the radar because unfortunately he played for the
Played
Jags.
for the Jags.
yeah, all pro this year. Should have been first team.
100% should have been first team All Pro.
you don't
Curtis Jones.
Even if it's off ball linebacker, which is probably there with running back as the least valued position in football currently.
Correct.
You look at the teams that have dominated that position, they're in playoffs all the time.
They're dominant defenses, exactly.
They're in
Yeah.
playoffs because they stuff the run, they force you into tough throws into the middle, and they generate turnovers
They
or
can
pressures.
cover, they can rush the part. Absolutely.
And
Spot
you
on, Scott.
don't let those guys walk out the building because it doesn't matter if they're undervalued. they are essential to team.
The Jaguars would be morons to let Nakobe. To let Devin Lloyd.
I couldn't agree more.
Morons.
That would be stupider than signing Jones to that $37 million contract.
Correct. Another guy I want to touch on linebackers, mainly the only guys, a lot of role players in here, but Nakobe Dean, he was ranked in the 50s on every top free agent. As someone who probably hates the Eagles more than anyone,
That's fair. You're a Cowboys fan.
that is a cardinal sin that he's not rated higher.
Yeah, that's
he is such a fucking
a
good
lot of
football
that.
player.
A lot of that
It's
is
recency bias.
again to touch on to agree with Scott. This is very rare. This is
Oh,
rare. We're in rarefied air.
Who?
I know. Two in a minute. This is
Yeah.
crazy. I'm goosebumps. Look, I have goosebumps. That's them.
Scotty, put the table in front of my leg so I can flip it.
Yeah, bad. A lot of it is what Scott said, the position bias, where they're just not really like off-ball linebackers aren't valued. But good teams know that good off-ball linebackers are the key to a good defense.
But he's not playing for the Eagles next year
He's
because
definitely
they're
not
rolling with Jad Campbell.
He's definitely not
Yes,
playing.
fairly
they
as
got
well.
they drafted his backup. As a year removed from the injury, next year he's going to be
This
dynamite.
is the only reason why we're not keeping him is the injury history. Like it's again, I've said it before. Your best ability is availability. When he's playing and playing well, he's a top 5 off-ball linebacker.
Yep.
But he just misses too many games, and you can't afford to be paying a guy in the top end of the market for his position if he's not playing consistently. You just can't.
And not to be too Cowboys orientated, but
No, the
Cowboys
Cowboys are in on him, and so they
the
should. be.
Cowboys have signed their DCs and
Oh, no,
ex-Eagle.
this is going to end up like Sean Lee,
I think Sean,
Van Der Esch.
Sean Lee was.
Oh, I'm still heartbroken about Sean Lee, and I'm an Eagles
How
fan.
dare you bring up Sean Lee and Nakobe Dean in the same conversation?
No,
I'm just talking about injury history and not playing Van Der Esch.
Fair. Okay,
I'm just
stop. I'm already hurt. Okay, you don't. We're going to bring up Zach Martin again. You want to really nail it into the
he
coffin?
was pretty good. He was not injury prone.
yeah.
Zach
So
Martin was best player
just
ever.
to
He
put a
retired,
button,
and you brought it up before. I'm still
to put a
upset.
button on Dean, he's a really excellent player, but unfortunately, especially on defense, there's a few more mouths that need to get fed sooner. Like, Jordan Davis
Carter's going to get paid.
Carter's got to get paid.
I think perfect fit for the Cowboys with the Eagles DC, a guy that can run their scheme,
Sure.
fill in their spot. I think if they don't get Devin Lloyd, I think Nakobe Dean will be.
Also, another one that was on that list, and I know we're running short on time and going over, but Quay Walker, I love the way he goes about it for the Packers. He is like your old school, like people
Bulldog,
that have
baby.
a mental illness and they play football because they're violent. That's Quay Walker.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, if he didn't play football, he'd be in jail for sure.
Oh, he
Or
had
dead.
death penalty.
Or
He
dead,
would have
yeah.
beaten the fuck out of 20 guys in a bar, and it's just like,
Crazy.
yeah,
Crazy.
I love the way he goes about it.
Yeah, I do like.
And
Quay
I
Walker.
hope
I
he,
actually think Quay Walker will be back on Green Bay.
I think so. As well.
Yeah, I think so too.
You don't let a guy like that walk out of the building
No, they
because he
don't
might
like him.
burn it down on the way out.
Tight ends. I want to touch on 2 guys in the tight end space. Isaiah Likely is the first one from Baltimore. I think he's definitely gone. I think Giants. I think he's going to go. I think Hargrave is going to take a lot of guys from the.
Yeah.
Ravens.
I don't hate that.
They need a tight end.
I don't mind their kid Theo Johnson. Is
Theo
it?
Johnson.
Theo
but-
Johnson. He came strong towards the end of the year.
But I just think I'm just tapping into the Harbrow relationship. He was a very big fan of Harbrow. They like each other a lot.
Yeah.
They likely each other a lot. So I think it's likely he's on the New York Giants next year.
That's a
But also I know they've got Kate Otten as the tight end above him. Likely is the best tight end in the free agency. And
yeah.
I think a team's going to strike fire with him.
I like a Kongwu as well, and Njoku is
Joker's a good one, veteran guy.
Yeah.
The other guy I want to touch on, Travis Kelce, because this is interesting. He's all but, without saying it, said he doesn't want to go back to the Chiefs. He wants to play for a contender. What contender? I'm not saying he's a starting tight end. But what contender could pick up a guy like Kelce that could be a good impact player?
Before we get there, let me just go back one step. Why is he doing this?
Because he wants to play football.
But why? Like, move on with the rest of your life, dude. Like,
he
you've
might
got-
like it. I don't know.
You've got, yeah, but hang on a minute. You've got your rings. He's got 3 rings.
Yes,
Three.
three.
He's got 3 rings.
4?
No, 3.
Yeah, 3. Yeah, you're right.
So, 'cause
You're
he
right.
had
You're
that
right.
one
You're
and
right.
the
Yep.
two. So
Yep.
he's got the 3 rings. He's a walk up for the Hall of Fame. He's going to be a first ballot Hall
First
of Fame.
ballot Hall of Famer, yep.
Like, guaranteed. Like, he's got his podcast, which is, absolutely flying.
I think it's the biggest sports podcast in the world.
right? So he's getting married to the biggest pop star in the world. Like, what?
But have you heard him talk about football?
He loves football, man.
Hit the passion.
He
Like,
loves
he's
football.
literally said before he will play a game in a car park without refs.
Fine, but it's clear that the football has left him.
Okay.
I disagree.
The football's left him. He's not going to be the all pro level tight end anymore.
Fine, but he was still a very serviceable. He was a starting
Do you
tight
know-
end still last
I
year.
agree.
Do you know where it would be?
four?
Do you know what would be perfect? If how often's Kincaid injured?
Yeah, Buffalo would be outstanding.
Do you reckon he's got 6 elite games in him in a season?
Yes.
I think 6
What?
is probably the maximum he's got left.
So if Kincaid's out sporadically for 4 to 6 times in a year, and their offense absolutely drops off a cliff, do you reckon you can plug and play Kelsey into that role?
Potentially,
Yes, I
but
agree.
but he's probably only got 6 elite games, and he needs 3 of those in the playoffs. So
No, but if Kincaid's healthy, he only needs to play 20 snaps a game.
And then he might only need 5 good plays in the playoffs.
Yeah.
if
I don't
I'm,
know.
On a good team.
if I'm Kelsey, I'm taking my first Ballot Hall of Fame career and my $200 million podcast, and I'm riding, and my billionaire fiance, and I'm
just
riding
think-
off into the sunset.
I just think he loves football, man.
Yeah.
I think he doesn't want to, like, retirement's permanent, right? I
Yeah.
think he just doesn't want to stop. I think he loves football.
Exactly
But
like
also
Jay.
wouldn't-
Jay held on for 2 or 3 years
And-
more than he
and-
should.
2 or 3, 10.
the flip side of that is he goes to a team and then he just completely stinks. And if he goes to a team and completely stinks, does it to me it harms his legacy. I don't
Oh,
feel
it doesn't harm his legacy.
Yeah.
He's
I don't think
I,
legacy.
I understand your point, but I think he's on the Mount Rushmore of tight ends.
just quickly before we move on from tight ends, I just
Dulles got it.
talk about got it. I think he's all but gone.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's-
definitely.
It's reported he's all but gone.
He's
Yeah.
all but gone, which is a shame. He's a really good player, but again, he's probably just getting a little bit too old, and you don't want to be throwing too much money at a old tight end. And yeah, there's a few too many guys that need to get paid.
Unfortunately, I'm not taking a jab, but like the Eagles just use him as like a gimmicky kind of tight end that
Well,
inflated
he
his.
just really like using more as like just that red zone option, just to
Like it was like shovel passes and little screen
Yeah,
passes
yeah,
and
yeah.
stuff like that.
His touchdowns last year were a mirage.
A little bit inflated.
Because he had 11, which is the career record.
Yeah.
He also had this is wild as well. He had a career season in receptions with 60,
yeah.
which is not a lot for a
No, he's
tight
not a high reception guy. He never.
No,
has
he's
been.
more of a possession guy. Yeah, he'll probably move into like a backup role. It's someone like the Bills as well.
He's a good tight end.
Yeah.
I just there's no way he's at the Eagles next year.
No.
All right, corners. We can rapid fire a few of these because it's actually a very poor cornerback market.
I like
Ju-
Jamal Dean. He's
Yeah,
absolute stud.
I think Jamil Dean will get some money somewhere. We'll see where that plays out. Again, there's not a lot of corners. He's the number one guy. I think he's going to get some pretty good. And if you look at him statistically through the year, if you look at some key indicators, he was actually very, very highly regarded as
Yep.
a top tight end. And a great comparison, which I'm stealing this directly from the page, but Carlton Davis, his contract last year, that's where Jamil Dean's playing, and he's going to get a good deal.
Yeah. Like with Winfield injured and stuff like that, he really stepped up last year. So
Yeah.
he was good.
I think you'll go to. I think if he's smart, he'll go to a contender.
What do you
and
think?
be,
What do you think? The Seahawks do with Rick Woolen?
to Tariq Woolen?
Reek Woolen,
He's playing for Seattle next year.
I don't know. I think that they would rather keep Job
Job, yeah.
because Job's more the way that the system works. Job's more
He's classified as a safety, Job, but he plays everything.
definitely not a safety.
That's what in free agency he's classified as a safety.
Well, they're idiots. I don't even know if you lined up a safety this year.
I'm just telling you what I know, man.
Job fits the scheme more, but Woolen's got all the tangibles. He's
Sorry,
a 4.4 speed.
I apologize. I'm thinking of Kobe Bryant.
Kobe
not
Bryant. Kobe
Job.
Bryant should be the number one safety.
I think he is. Sorry, that's my mistake. I
Yeah.
got him confused.
Yeah, so he's got all the
So
tangibles.
Job's also a free agent as well. So you think they prioritize Job over Woolen? Is that what you're saying?
Again with Seattle, and it comes down to market. I wouldn't be shocked if someone goes to Reek and go, you run a 4.4, you're 6'4", you got the longest arms in anyone playing at the moment. We'll give you $27 million a year. And then if Seattle goes, oh well, Job's only going for 11, and we get the same production, and they split snaps, we'll just go Job.
Sure,
That's fair too.
So
You gotta when you got a lot of mouths to feed, you got to make business decisions. That's fair.
Yeah.
Couple of interesting ones. Alontae Taylor from the from the Saints last year
yeah,
performed extremely well down the stretch.
yeah, it was good.
Again, it's going to be the Saints testing that they're letting him test the market. I think he'll be back on the Saints next year. I think he'll stay. I think it's the best fit for him.
And they've got Kool-Aid McKenzie as well, which I rate so highly. That guy's a star. It's
Terrible
just
name, good player.
great name, great player.
That's a Kool-Aid. That's an elite name. Where are you going, bro?
Is it? Is it an elite name?
Yes, it
That's
is.
3 times in a row. What is
So
happening?
you go to meet a contractor and it's like, my name's Kool-Aid. You Kool-Aid with that?
Dude, we're fist bumping
Absolutely.
immediately. We're like besties.
And the other guy's Nashon Wright from Chicago.
He's saying,
If
for
anyone's
sure.
a big fan of Last Chance U, he was in the last season of Last Chance U when they were playing. I can't remember what city it was in, but it was like the city team in Oakland. The head coach got murdered last year, actually, which was really
Oh,
sad.
wow.
Did he, Coach Brown?
Yeah, no, not JB. The last season of Last Chance U was the guy with the Fu
Oh, the
Manchu.
Hawaiian. Yeah.
He got murdered last year during the season, which was really sad.
Shit, that is sad.
It is sad, and I think Nation Wright's back in Chicago. I think he's
Yeah,
a
that's
very good up and coming player. Cowboys cut him. I'm still flat about it, but that's the NFL, man. Sometimes
Yep.
you cut a guy and they end up being really good. I think next position, we'll touch on offensive line, tackle, and interior line together.
Slim Pickens here.
Yep.
Tackle's not great. You've got Rashid Walker. Again, he's a 26-year-old starting tackle. He played reasonably well for the Packers last year at left tackle. I think he's going to get a massive market. I think he'll be off the Packers. I think, tackles are so hard to find.
Yeah.
He's going to get it.
I think Alamin I can never say his name.
Jermaine
Alamin
Allamore.
Yeah, I think he's probably more likely. He's like a swing guy.
He's 31 though. He's a bit older.
Yeah, but if you're just looking to, if you've got one position of weakness and you just go for the veteran guy, he's a
For
bit
a
of a
fill.
swing guy.
I think Walker's going to get a big contract from a bad team.
Yes.
Maybe a Browns, who are their entire offensive lines
Are
basically
free
walking
agents.
in free agency.
Yeah.
Actually, I think they're top 7 guys are free agents.
Yeah, it's crazy. They're losing.
And soon to be the Texans by the looks of it, because they're just giving away like Doritos.
they're just throwing every offensive
Yeah.
lineman away. So, Braden Smith, the other one, the right tackle for the Colts. He's had a very good career at the Colts. But
Juwan Taylor got cut.
yeah, but
Casualty.
I think Braden Smith will be on another team next year as well. Colts are losing a lot of guys, a lot of valuable
Taylor
players.
will get a contract somewhere. He was cut purely for money, so he'll get a contract somewhere for sure.
I think Juwan Taylor was cut for not being able to line up correctly for 2 fucking seasons. Like, just take a step up, man, so you stop getting flagged.
It's hard. You don't know where that belt is on the next guy. You don't know.
No, Scotty, I can tell you effectively, it's not fucking hard.
I-
If
Sarcasm.
anything on the offensive line is hard, lining up correctly is the one thing that's
No,
not.
having actually played, I mean, at a very, very, very low level, having played the position, lining up is the easiest thing.
Yeah, I know. I was
Correct.
being sarcastic.
Yeah.
I didn't appreciate it. All right, everything's hard, but lining up.
No, there's zero O-line slander allowed in here.
Braxton Jones, starting left tackle for the Bears for a lot of the season last year, got hurt down the stretch, but he did start 44 games. 5th round pick.
They'll probably keep him.
I hope they keep him. I actually think he's got a lot of upside for them. So,
Agree.
Yep.
and they should be keeping every offensive lineman.
Slim
they can.
pickings. If your team's got a shit O-line, chances are they're going to have a shit O-line next year.
Bottom line is that being an offensive line free agent right now is the greatest thing you can be. Simple as that. Because there is physically not enough of
Yeah,
them.
not enough of them to go around, that's for sure. There's just not enough big men. That's the problem.
Yep.
That's fair. They did you in the NFL, George.
I'm
Old Twinkle Toes Kadaris,
I'm
I
pushing-
believe someone said before the show.
no, that was me. and we're going to do some pass sets in the garage after this. And I'm
No,
gonna
we're talking about agility. I don't reckon you can change direction.
I was going to put it out there that if we're talking pass sets, I win. That's it. I bench more. When it comes to pass set, I bench more.
Oh my god, this is
Here we go.
we're in peak season form.
We're doing it.
Okay, done. All right.
Fuck.
If there's anything I'm confident on, it can be pass sets. All right, safeties. Let's talk. We talked Kobe Bryant a little bit before. He's back at Seattle. Sure, they can't let everyone walk from that secondary.
Yeah, I'd like to keep 2 out of the 3 from the secondary, so either Job, Reek, or Kobe. I think Kobe's advanced stats are just sensational. I think someone's going to offer him money. He's absolute value. Seattle's also got it because Love was hurt. Tyler Cotter is ready to be a starter, so they can let him go, but I think they'd like to keep him.
Yeah, and then the 2 guys I want to discuss, the 2 Bears guys, Juwan Briscoe, who was really good for the Bears the last few years, not amazing, and
Yeah.
Kevin Byard, who was an All-Pro last year.
They'll
that
let him
turned
go.
Back to clock. I think Briscoe will walk. I think they'll keep Kevin Byard.
I think it's the other way around.
Yeah, I agree. See, because
Oh, you think they'll keep Briscoe?
I
I
think-
a little bit too old, man.
Yeah, I think they'll keep Briscoe.
But
He's
remember, it's all about the market, right? The market will be less for Byard. I don't think there'll be a lot of teams that are signing up for a 31-year-old safety.
yeah,
Often- often all-
and Chicago
often
should
all
join
pro-
that list.
Off and all pro season. I don't know.
Yeah,
I actually think if I was, unless Byard's coming at a very, very, very friendly deal, you avoid him like the plague.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
I think Chicago will keep him because the offers won't be there, and Chicago will be like, "Hey, you had great success last year. Great success, Borat. Stay here, keep going. will give you a
The
mid-tier
only way
deal.
he's,
And play
the
well.
only way he's back at Chicago is on a really, really team-friendly deal.
I think it's the only way he's on any team, really. He's 31 years old, play safety.
Yeah, it's
There's actually a lot of good safeties. Jalen Thompson's like I see a little bit of I see more Cardinals football than I would like to, but their defense falls apart when he doesn't play. He's a
He's
little
good
bit
player.
injury prone last year. He will be a very sneaky good get for a
It'll be
defense.
like a team that signs him to a 3-year, $30 million deal, and he ends up just being a stud for them for 3 years.
And same as Kobe Bryant. No one will know who Kobe Bryant was, and he's going to be a stud. And yeah, safety is one of those positions at the moment.
George, Reed Blankenship, Eagle or gone?
I think it's or obviously it's going to come down to money. I'm not breaking ground there saying that, but yeah, I think just a little bit too inconsistent. Like his good play is good, but I'm just not sure that he's worth giving a really, really, really good deal to. If we can get him for a team friendly deal, maybe somewhere around that $10 million mark, I think it's okay. But any more than that, I just don't think he's worth it.
I think the Eagles need him more than he needs the Eagles.
That's fair.
I think the Eagles' backfield is probably the only glaring weakness. And if you lose one of your sure starters, I think you won't replace Blankenship with anyone else on the free agency list. And I think that if
you're letting him walk, it means you're drafting somebody. That's what it means.
which is a risk.
Yes, of course it's a risk.
Yeah,
I think he'll be in the Eagles next year.
yeah, I think
I
that
don't
as
think
well.
the market will be that strong for
Yeah,
him.
that's kind of what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I think his only market will be Philly.
It'll be
In terms of like a team that
And I
really
think-
wants him.
Yeah.
I think he wants to stay.
Yeah.
I think the Eagles are happy for him to stay, but it's got to be for the right money.
Safety is one of those positions now where it's such a hybrid, it's so scheme dependent that
Dependent, yeah.
teams aren't going to be like, hey, we need that guy. We need him at $15 million a year.
True.
It
That's
it
fair.
just doesn't happen.
Safety is the most varying position in the NFL, right?
Yeah, you're nickel, you're two deep, you're one deep, yada, yada, yada. So
The year before, he was really good. He had a really good
he
year.
was. He
The year
was. Yeah.
before, he was almost like Pro Bowl caliber
Yeah.
the year before. Last year was very, very patchy, is what I would describe his form.
Yep.
I'd like to see him back because I think he's a good guy, and obviously it's exciting whites.
Yeah, exactly. You can't lose the
Can't
name.
lose exciting whites.
Yeah.
because- yeah, I mean they've got a podcast and everything, so like
Do they really?
yeah, of course they do. Yeah, 100%.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, they got a podcast and everything. So he'll be in Philly Green next year. They'll get the deal done. Howie was pretty shrewd. He'll tweak out the price and he'll be back.
He has to because I've got a T-shirt that says "Exciting Whites" and he's on it, so he has to play for Philly. Simple
Agreed.
as that. It's the only Philly
I
paraphernalia
thought he was
I own,
Mexican.
other than my Jalen Hurts full-size cutout that we often stare into the eyes. A couple one to finish up on. Tyler Linderbaum, All-Pro center, one of the best centers in football. Ravens are crazy if they let him walk. They should be paying whatever he wants.
Absolutely.
They can't afford to lose offensive line.
No, they won't, but I think the market's going to be too big. Giants, Chargers, one of them are going to snap him up.
Yeah, true. The other one,
They should not let him walk, especially he's at the perfect age. They've got to keep him.
crazy to let him walk. The other guy that's a very interesting prospect is Elijah Vera Tucker. He's been injured 2 of his 4 seasons in the NFL. He was a first-round pick. When he plays, he's a Pro Bowl caliber sort of guy, borderline All-Pro, but he's a very, very good guard.
I like him, yeah.
And as we've said before, there's just not enough of these guys. So he will, if has any brain, he won't be on the Jets next year. I think he will be a very good signing for a good.
Someone's going to overpay for him for sure.
Yep.
He's probably going to get the biggest
I compare him
contract.
to Robert Hunt from a couple of years ago from the Dolphins, who went to the Panthers, got
Yep.
$20 million a year. He's in that same market.
Exactly.
Don't be
Philly-
shocked when
Philly
Elijah
need a
Vera
guard.
Tucker gets
Filling in a
24
guard,
million.
I'll have him tomorrow.
I don't think you could afford to pay him. He's gonna
No.
he's gonna get over $20 million a year.
He will,
Probably.
for sure.
Tucker.
For sure.
Probably.
And Linderbaum, probably close to 30.
Nah, not for a center. No.
Why? The most
Vera
important
Tucker-
position on the offensive line, the best position on the offensive line.
There's
He
no
should get
need.
50 million.
There's no need.
How dare you?
No, but I'm just saying.
No,
How
the
many-
value is not there. It's
Yeah. How many teams are going to pay $30 million for a fucking center?
Well, look at Washington. They took Tyler Biadasz from the Cowboys 2 years ago, and they just cut him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like they paid him a ton of money. They just cut him because it's.
I think the need for guards a lot bigger
Fair, too.
across the league than center.
I hope Linderbaum's back on the Ravens, and I hope with any hope I can have that Vera Tucker does not have to play for the Jets next year, and he plays for a good
No,
team.
absolutely.
And he stays healthy.
He'll have
Thanks.
he'll have a strong market. Like, yeah, he'll have a strong market. He's not going back to the Jets. No one should go back to the Jets.
Do you think the Jets should just hand in their franchise?
I've said that multiple times.
I,
on this podcast.
Oh, have
I
you?
think
I
that's
didn't
why
know.
he brought it up.
They definitely should. Like we gave it a good try. Sorry. Sorry.
After the Browns, we'll just have 30 teams in the NFL. It's all good.
They should.
The Johnson family is just gonna be like, yeah, we're gonna just sell, COVID vaccines and make our money out of that. We don't need football.
They got plenty of money, man. They're all
Remember talcum powder? Well, yeah, we'll give you all your baby.
As George once said, the richest owners always have the best teams, except for the Jets.
No,
Panthers.
no, there's plenty more richer owners than them. Plenty more.
Is there really?
Yeah, 100%.
Oh yeah, we did this the other night. I remember. All right, that is it for us this week. Free agency, obviously, we'll be back next week, Wednesday night. Free agency will be well underway. We can look at who we thought signed where, whether we were right, we were wrong. I would go on a limb and say we'd be mostly wrong.
I would be shocked if we got one right.
Nakobe into the Cowboys. That's my okay. That's what I'm saying. Everyone, give your number one. You think it's definitely going to happen. Mine is Nakobe Dean is going to play for the Dallas Cowboys next year.
Oh.
That's my number one lockdown. Pick another one.
Fuck you.
George.
I'm going. The lock is Mike Evans to Buffalo. That's the lock.
I like that.
That's put that in concrete, dude.
Robinson to the Raiders.
I don't mind one Robinson the Raiders. Yep. All right.
Okay.
Cool. They're our 100%ers. So if we get them wrong, that's on us. And that was should I stay or should I go?
Love it.
That's it for us this week. Follow us on all social media: Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and the Tickety Talk. Shout out to our friends at Sporting Globe, Churnside Park. Make sure you download the app, get to your account information, change sponsorship to the Vault Journal podcast. Keep getting there. Buy a meal, buy a drink. All goes towards helping us improve the studio. Shout out to Dave and Eloise down there.
Good atmosphere for whatever sport you're watching.
100%.
Amen.
Footy season starts tomorrow night. Get down there every week.
Yay.
Go Blues.
Go Blues indeed. And shout out to our boy Tommy setting up everything tonight for us.
Weapon.
He'll be back in the next week or so. He's got some stuff going on, so bit of work going on. So we need he'll be back soon though. And thanks for all your work setting it all up for us, Tommy. We very much appreciate it. Shout out to you boys. Good to be back. See you next week.
Always good.
Oh.
Is that how you're going to finish it, Scotty? Oh.
We're